What happened to the title, bro?
Can you remember it?
Yeah, of course I can. You know this. It's funny because I catch myself saying it now at work and shit, and people have no idea what I'm saying. I'm just laughing to myself. Today's discussion is K-pop. How's your day been, though, Michael, man?
I'll show you a video. Um, where is it? Come on.
The one you posted 35 minutes ago?
I can't remember. I was
Was it
replying
the
to
state
Bilal.
versus Bitcoin?
No. Here, I'll put it to the top.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, you been jamming and making tunes, huh?
Yeah, that was the class today.
Is that you?
Yep.
Holy shit, man! I'm gonna sound so fucking westernized here, but dude, your fucking voice does not match your face. I'm sure I'm sure you've heard that shit so many
That's what
times.
Bilal said. Bilal thought I was like a 6'7" white guy with a large Adam's apple.
Oh man. Now, I pictured you as like a 5'10", um, casual, two buttons open on the dress shirt, um, and margaritas on Thursday night kind of guy.
Back it.
Bilal, did you change the name you spelled your name?
Yo, man, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, brother?
Is it about bellyology?
Yo, man, things are different now.
Oh
Oh
shit!
my gosh, he just
So
he
different. He
fades
left.
out like a Batman exit. Nah, your voice
So
is that of a. When I first heard your voice, I don't know why I thought you sell timeshares.
it feels like it sometimes. I sell timeshares to people in the form of contract employment.
That's technically true, actually.
Right? That's
Hold
like
on,
a
look.
human timeshare.
Check the car. Okay. Sorry, brother. I'm talking to my girl. Sorry. She walked away. I said, sorry.
Oh man, the SquareSpace, where guys get in trouble with their wives.
Yeah, because they're learning too fucking much.
That's the thing.
Oh man, brother. I need help, bro.
What's going on? You're gonna move to Toronto yet, or what?
Yeah, I think I need to, bro. I just don't know if I'm moving the right direction. Like all these experiences, like every day I walk away understanding and like learning something new. Um, but it's just like I'm in such a rut financially that always ends up fucking creeping up on the at the top of the values list, unfortunately. And I'm like torn between, like, is it wrong for me to rigorously pursue becoming a millionaire? Should I just become fine with the things that I have in life? Maybe both. How do I integrate both? Keep the same amount of ambition while still being happy with what you have is very difficult.
Well, consider that it's not supposed to be easy.
Absolutely.
And if it was easy, everyone would have it. And I'm not sure if you want what everyone has.
I do not. I do not. My brain is different, bro. Not to say I'm better or worse than anybody else, but I just see people, man, like,
I mean, I think you're better than other people.
oh, well, you heard it from the unicorn, guys.
Yeah, that's the endorsement. Kappa is better than you, so stop talking when you're talking to him. Just stop talking.
Fairly.
If you would only stop talking, you would get so much farther ahead.
What's up, Mr. Roger? Wow, there's like a whole contract you got to sign to co-host now, huh?
Yeah. You have to sign away your life.
Yeah, it's exclusive.
Or like, it would be funny if I put like that tortilla on my head.
You motherfucker. That's why I said tortilla triangle for the win, because the SquareSpace went down.
Yeah, right. It's it's funny. Like with nachos, sometimes it's crispy and sometimes it's soggy, and it's always disappointing when it's soggy, even though the sogginess kind of has like its own individual.
Yeah. Or the best thing is when you get like the top layer of sog
What?
that gets put onto the crispy layered bottom.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have to like take a crispy one and then put it on top to simulate the crisp.
Oh my god.
All right, you have to put the crispy one. You can't just have one soggy one.
No.
So you match it up with a dry one from the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need those dry nachos at the edge to they really save you. If you have to, eating the nachos is kind of like eating the burrito. If you don't plan it well,
Just gonna
you'll end up getting mad at the food.
mad at food, yeah. Or the preparer. Like, dude, I gotta. There's this new kid that started at my job today. His name's Tyler too, bro. And I was like, what the fuck are the odds, bro? Like, but I pulled him aside. So I said, look, motherfucker. I was like, you're gonna see everyone here raw dogging food with their bare hands, right? I said, you're gonna be they're gonna be touching people's food. That shit is unsanitary. Do not do what they do. Like, just don't do what they do. They're gonna tell you otherwise, but don't do it, bro. Fucking A.
So when are you gonna visit Toronto?
Dude, when I pack up all my belongings, put it in my Toyota Highlander, and just drive up to live. I told my girlfriend that, man. I've had this calling for a long time to just fucking flee my comfortable space, and because I feel like when you travel, at least from the stories I've heard, when you travel, something changes within a person. Um, you're no longer comfortable. You're no longer in this safe space of interactions that are kind of predictable. And I've always wanted that. I speak a lot about how like I consider myself to be unique given the environmental circumstances I grew up with, and then gauging that based off how everyone around me turns out. Um, but that's the one thing I'm blessed with is this need for outside influence. Like my brain understands that it's in this comfortable space and that it needs to break through this shit and be uncomfortable. In fact, when I was growing up, I used to say something that once I discovered that it was a saying, I was like, oh wow, like that's crazy. I used to say this to people all the time as a kid, which is become comfortable with the uncomfortable. Um, and that's a true philosophy I hold. I just gotta fucking, if I didn't have Odin, bro, but that's all speculation. So I gotta find a way to get him incorporated in some sort of decision plan, save the money, and use my skills, man, because I know I could write my ass off, and I know if I get, taught even more, I can definitely apply this knowledge in a way. I'm obsessive. Like I just obsess over things. Like I get home, okay, I'm done with work, I'm gonna work out, and then after I'm done working out, I'm gonna get right back to my Twitter spaces and work. Sorry, I just rambled a little bit.
Yeah, it's I grew up in a place that most people don't want to go, right? And then I went to university and I met a bunch of people from places that everyone wants to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm glad I came from where I came from, right? But I can't deny that moving exposed me to different people, right? Before I was the smartest person around me, right? And then when I moved, I was the dumbest person around me. right? And you know, it was an environment where everyone was kind of upset at me because I was the dumbest person, and they should be upset at me, right?
Mm.
But that I was as smart as I was, right? But yeah, when you're around some really strong motherfuckers, you'll either like get intimidated or leave, or you'll start taking notes. But you know, I can't deny that I had to move to meet those people.
Exploration. Do you think if you hadn't moved, you wouldn't have developed a certain certain
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know where I was going.
Absolutely. I was just like uptown, and then I went downtown. Right? Like suburbish, right? You know? Malls and shit. And then I was like right smack downtown. And the people I met, like even in the fucking gym. Like, you know how you go to the gym and you meet certain people?
Yeah.
Like when I went to the gym downtown, I was like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm an audio engineer for the #1 comedy agency in Canada. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Oh, what do you do? I'm a Google Venture Design Sprint Master. Oh, all right. What do you do? I'm a serverless engineer. And you're like, what the fuck?
Start running
Is
into
anything of what you're like? I didn't even know what their titles meant. You understand me? Forget about what they did. Like, what the fuck does that title mean? What's serverless? First of all, what's a server? And how do you get rid of it?
We used to play with this thing in sales. It was called glorifying a resume. So like one of our jobs at the end of every day was one person was delegated the responsibility of plugging in all of the tablets, making sure everything was charging. And I think we called that like fuck man, technological equipment manager or some shit like that. And it's just like a clever way to glorify your resume. And it's like, well, what did you do? Oh, I fucking
Yeah, fourth industrial inventory.
yeah, yeah, you get the gist of mine. Yeah. Oh man, fun times, man. That job, I'm so grateful for that job. I learned so much about myself in the process, and a lot about other people, and never ran into problems, bro. I'm honestly, that whole stint of my life, I think I confirmed that whole you are what you attract. Like even in negative environments, I'm not saying that you could just walk through Afghanistan during war or something like that and be like, oh, no bullets are flying. But more so like, I'll be okay, and I want to focus on like challenging myself and my thoughts, because like I noticed that I judge people, and I think a lot of people judge people, but I wanted to remove a reaction in my head where it's like where there was an emotional disturbance from the thought process, if that makes sense. It was a fun time, and now I want to break all my bones.
I know Brian is planning to come out here as well. I'm trying to get Brian to stay.
Brian? See,
Yeah.
I want to go somewhere where there's no and it's not that
Where everybody knows your name. Da, 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 da. Sorry, I had to.
You're good, brother.
And you're always glad you can. Da, 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 da.
But you can't always get what you want. Oh, dude, did I tell you yesterday? Yeah, I told you. How I like brought the husky back to this one dude. Found out he graduated from West Point. Um, Finally got to hear his name and a little bit about his story. And I was gonna go buy a weight bar. He ended up giving me the weight bar. I was gonna buy weights. He gave me weights. Like it was just. My mind's still caught on that because just the kindness. Like I don't know. It's like fully experiencing law of attraction firsthand once again.
It's funny, it's because like a law of attraction, ATTRACK.
Attract. Attract.
You attracted a rat.
But this guy one time told me this. He's he put me on the spiritual science and like resonations and frequencies and how everything has a frequency. You know, even trees, inanimate objects, they all have a frequency that either they obtain, emit, or allow to pass through them. And I just found it crazy because one of the things he asked me was, oh, when you were in Patterson, did you ever run into any trouble? I said, no, I ran into a lot of good people, actually. He was like, that's the power of resonation. That's the power of frequency. There was many negative, harmful
Or maybe it's a
frequencies.
power of luck.
Maybe, but I don't believe in luck, sir. I believe luck is just preparing yourself for an opportunity. So maybe I do believe in luck, but I just have my own definition. Oh, man. You let me finish that one on myself.
It's so funny because you're at the point where you can see your own language in a mirror and be like, fuck that. You know, it's
Yeah.
good. It's very evolved when you can see like your language in real time and then notice the things, right?
Yeah.
And all of our language is like that. But it's just funny that like you're now are so used to language that you've stopped talking to human beings and started making jokes about your own language. That's like very evolved.
Huh. Reflection, yeah. Reflection. Beautiful thing. And I have these spaces to think. That's why I honestly I feel like I should pay you guys like a therapist wage because I feel like
Look, I think
sometimes
you should pay me. I mean, fuck, what the shit? What am I doing over here? And
I
that,
pay.
no, I think it's what do they say, like the the teacher gains more than the student.
Who's they? I'm just kidding.
Uh, a bunch of students.
A bunch of students.
A lecturer was shit. That guy just lectured to himself the whole time. And the teacher learns more
Yeah.
than the student, literally. Because all these conversations are like the decentralized theory of every the theory of imprecise everything, the imprecise theory of everything. Peer review. So
Peer reviews.
yeah,
What'd
it's
you
like
say?
peer to peer review.
Yeah, he can hear you too. My girlfriend.
Oh, say hi. What's up? Apologize for taking you away from her these past few weeks.
No, it's all right.
I try
Yeah,
to
he
get her
just
on these spaces. She's a nervous speaker.
Yep.
no. I feel like we've been taking him away, like
So you guys
constantly.
don't
No,
think
he has like no friends. It's okay.
You know what? I can kind of understand that, right? After getting to know him,
Yeah.
right? That's why I told him he needs to move to Toronto with you.
Nah, it's all right. Stuff happens. If I end up leaving one night, that's why.
oh, what a piece of shit. Oh,
It's okay.
man, I'm blessed.
Yeah, it looks like we both get roasted by our significant other. It's good.
Yeah. I think that's a level that you have to reach in a relationship. I mean, I know it's not mandatory, but I feel like it definitely helps when you can insult people based out of kindness and understanding of like the person entirely. It's like
Yeah,
why
I think it's very important to make fun of the people that we love.
oh yeah.
It's a very West Indian thing, you know.
Kid in the room.
You know.
Oh man. Yeah, I gotta get her own Twitter profile. I gotta get her in these spaces, man. So I feel like she can definitely absorb a lot, in the same way that I have.
Are you sure that's what she wants?
I don't know, but sometimes what we want is not what we need, brother.
How many times is that the case versus the opposite?
Oh, like hold on, I gotta process this shit real quick, bro. How many times is what we want not what we need, or how many times is fuck, bro? I'm buffering. that Netflix sound that comes on when Netflix loads up, that's just going off in my head like fireworks. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum.
If you're just joining us, this is the SquareSpace Degenerate Conversations and a broadcaster voice. We're talking to Mr. Raj, Kappa, and Kappa's better half. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not always.
Yo, you all said the same thing.
Not always. Sometimes. Sometimes not always. Maybe sometimes. Perhaps. Perchance. Probability-wise.
I can't think of another word that is a synonym for that.
It's statistically inference. Normally distributed appearances.
Michael, don't do it, bro. Fucking.
It's like Wu-Tang if they took stats class.
Wu-Tang. Oh man.
Type 1, type 2. You know, check 1, check 2. They'd be like, yo, type 1, type 2 error. Yo, type 1, type 2. Turn my type up.
Diabetes.
Sorry. Turn my type 2 error up. Kappa beta.
Alpha, beta, omega, Charlie. You said what? Oh, when you said type 1, type 2, she said diabetes.
The bisociation of unrelated matrices of experience. See, she doesn't need this shit. She understands it intuitively.
Yeah. Yeah, without the you think I'm
It took Kappa like fucking 2.5 hours to be like, what?
The bisociation of matrices.
Okay, let's see if you can remember it. All acts of creation.
Huh?
All acts of creation.
I don't remember.
So you remember that part so far? Are all acts of creation?
I remember you saying it because my mind has heard it before.
Are generated by the sudden bisociation.
Alright, dude, what is this? Becoming my new Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah, right? And it's funny because like I wanted to see how long I could keep the game going for.
You and your Inception ass.
I'm not a nice person.
Yo, let me write that down actually. I want to just continue with it. All acts of creation. It's funny, sometimes I take notes during our conversation. If I hear something that's interesting, I'll put it in my notepad real quick.
Yeah, sometimes I write shit down too. You see my notebook. Yeah.
All acts of creation are
generated by the sudden
bisociation
of previously unrelated matrices of experience. Are generated by the sudden bisociation of previously unrelated matrices of experience.
What, bisociation? Matrices, yeah. There's no red line under it. All acts of creation are generated by the sudden bisociations of previously unrelated matrices of experience. I'm just going to say that to people when they piss me off.
Check 1, check 2. Type 1, type 2 error. Type 1, type 2 diabetes.
Type 1, type 2 diabetes. Bye. Is it bisociation one word, or is it bi-association?
As long as you get the understanding that you're connecting two or more matrices, two or more domains, right? It's a connection between type 1. See, type 1 and type 2 can either be an statistical error or a type of diabetes. Makes sense?
Cognitive dissonance.
You know, you have type A and type B males, right? Know what they say?
Yeah, type alpha, type beta.
There you go. You know, the alphas die in battle and the betas die from diabetes. There you go.
They eat with their wives, so they die in their sleep.
So I put an image to the top where this is how we described these matrices. So we had just like, it was like 2 pieces of paper. So you have one domain, which is diabetes, and the other domain, which is stats. The bisociation is in the type 1 and type 2 error, which lives in both spaces.
My brain just shit itself. Probably shit itself.
And so laughter is produced when people have to release the energy produced by cognitive dissonance.
That makes a lot of sense.
She says that, but
Shut up.
Say again?
you're gonna get me in trouble, Michael.
I am going to get you in trouble. I'll know when you drop off. They'll be like, oh, fuck. And then they'll be like, hey, man, I'm coming to Toronto. You coming with the wifey? It's a long story. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
No,
She type 1 broke up with me.
Yeah, you made a type 2 error. You
Yeah.
made the beta error when you should have made the alpha error.
Yeah, I should have died in battle.
Right? Rather than order Uber Eats. Fucking fat ass ordering Uber Eats all the time. That's it, I'm leaving.
Can't stand the diabetes.
Right?
Oh yeah. I'm torn, Mike. I think I wanna fucking fight for a living, bro. But I'm afraid of losing all the brain cells I have.
Well, jiu-jitsu. That's what jiu-jitsu is for.
Yeah, but I actually want to fuck some people up, if that sounds crazy. Like,
you can fuck people up more with jiu-jitsu than you could with your hands.
But that's what I want to get good at. I want to get good at the hands. I might even want to box, to be honest, too, as well. Because boxing is probably one of the... It's probably held
Yeah,
one of the
but then
highest...
like you're gonna go spar and then you're gonna forget everything that we learned.
Exactly.
Be like the sudden bisociation of previously mangoes. And be like, yo, what happened? Oh man, I was doing boxing all week. Ah, fuck. Start all over again.
This time, cognitive dissonance becomes
Fuck, dude.
neurodegeneration.
Oh my god. You know, that'd be really funny. And you learned all this shit, and somebody punched it out of your head.
Somebody knocked the fucking sense out of me. Oh man. Or what if like it got knocked out, right? And then it got knocked back into me. Like one punch, I'm like the sudden buffering.
What you could do is you could line the boxing ring with books so that if you could always land on a book.
I don't
and
always
the
fall,
power of
but
like
when I do,
physical osmosis, it would just enter into your brain.
The subconscious will be reading all of that shit, bro.
I do shrooms before I box.
He said, "I'll do shrooms before I box."
Well, I think depending on who you fight, they might be similar experiences. You know, somebody hits you with a body shot, you start reconsidering your life choices.
I boxed in the 9th grade, and I learned the first fight I had, it was okay. Went up against a guy, my speed, my caliber, you know, and I won that one. Next guy I go up against, he's about 9 times faster than me, and he was hitting me like 8-1. And it's like I learned real quick: take a punch, pretend like you passed out, and get the heck out of Dodge. And that's what I did. I let him hit me one good time, and I closed my eyes, and I just laid there like, I'm out.
Oh my God.
Get this
And
punishment
that's when I
over with.
decided to become a software engineer.
If you don't fucking soundbite that, Michael, I don't know what you soundbite.
But
holy shit, brother, that must have been the funniest shit I heard all day, and honestly true.
yeah, I mean, I was getting
My girlfriend asked if you did
so
shrooms
bad.
before that.
Yeah. Well, the shrooms would. I mean, if I had a choice, I would do shrooms before I'd fight. If I was gonna mess my head up, I want to do it in a psychedelic way. You know, where maybe it takes me to a higher plane, or it really makes me weird out. You know, one or the other.
at least the effects wear off after an hour or so.
Yeah.
Same thing with a gut punch.
That's what you think.
I think there's some physical kinetic energy in the brain and tissue damage versus you're disrupting the chemical connections. Slight difference in the nature of the engineering behind each functional thing. So, that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Absolutely.
I think the reason that Kappa wants the box is now that he's finished dominating people with his mind, he wants to dominate people with his physical prowess and hands. I understand.
I think
I
it's
just
a good
wanna-
thing to train because you get your hands to do what you want and you tie it's kind of like your intellect and your will, putting those two together. You can do a lot of things and not be driven by emotion and things like that. And so,
that's the main purpose.
Yep, and that's the using your hands and coordinating with your mind and learning those techniques and learning how to control those things to get optimal. Because I've seen guys that you walk in, you don't think they could do anything, but somebody starts messing with them. Next thing you know, they're up against walls, on tops of tables, and you want that guy to be your friend.
The guy who, I believe it's like connecting the body and mind. I think that there's at least for me, I won't speak for everybody on planet Earth, but for me, I think that getting your ass kicked is the best form of teaching you discipline, especially in boxing and mixed martial arts. If you slip out a certain way, you forget your place for a second, you're caught, you're done. And like there is also a sense of finality in fighting where it's like if I fuck up, I could possibly die. If I get caught in the back of the head because I moved my head like an idiot, I could die. So there's like a very, like I said, a real sense of finality there. Exactly.
That's street fighting, bruh.
I think
there's a difference.
Mr. Rogers hasn't chimed in yet. He hasn't chimed in yet, and he's
I
like,
think
"That's street fighting,
the
bro."
most underappreciated one for like street fighting could be judo, because the ground is so hard, dude. If you throw someone on the ground, they're fucking done, dude.
That's what happened to me. That's why I ended up in the hospital last week.
Yeah, it never happened to me. But
man, your girlfriend is ruthless, eh? You stepped out of line with your girl and she fucking knocked you on your ass, eh?
But I've been jumped a few times. Those weren't fun.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
Yeah, I was by these
got my boat.
I was at a bar.
Yeah.
Here in San Marcos. It was called Nephews, and around the time they had like a real big Greek culture out there. So like I used to hang out with all the fraternities, all the black fraternities, all the just the basic bitch fraternities. That's what I call them because they were little bitches.
The ones that do like the step dancing.
Oh yeah, dude, the black fraternities, bro, they threw the fucking most lit parties, bro.
The fucking grinding.
You seen the movie Stomp the Yard, bro? It was just like that.
Dude, I went to university with fucking like people.
On the inside has to thaw
Dude,
out.
people fell in love with that shit.
Without it thawing out.
Bro, that shit was dope. But, yeah, so we were at this bar and these guys.
That's what the fuck I was hearing.
These guys were fucking around, and like they there was like a group of them, and then there was a group of.
Is there anything I can help with that?
Girls and stuff like that, and they freaking.
Oh, you don't have a need for a lazy son?
I kept saying.
Sorry, I can hear what you're saying. Go on.
Oh,
Mr. Up, yeah, go ahead.
Cap, mute your mic, bro.
Mute your mic, Cap.
My bad.
Hey. Look at this guy. See this? If we were together, you would have to learn how to throw hands, you fucking guy.
I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't even realize my mic was still on.
No, it's okay.
I would humiliate myself. Sorry,
but yeah, dude. So I was at this bar and the freaking dudes they were I was already drunk, and like I was just trying to get out of that place, and like these people, they just wouldn't get out of the way, and I kept saying, "Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me." Nobody listened. They were just looked at me like I was a piece of garbage. So I like kind of like, you know, freaking bum rushed my way through the fucking crowd because nobody wanted to move. Or they fucking chased me outside the bar and were talking all this shit. I was leaving, and like it was like a point in my life where I was just like done taking people's shit. Like people were like just constantly like berating me and telling me shit, and I was just done. I was like, man, fuck y'all. And it's not like I haven't been into like some scuffles before. I have, but like not at the extent of this. Like this was fucking huge. Like it was like me and like 5 buddies versus like fucking 12 dudes, and 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 the funny thing is at the time I was like, you know, I was 6'5". Well, I'm still 6'5", but I was about 330 pounds, and I had just got out of
Six
playing
foot
football.
five, 330. Jesus Christ!
How did you not fuck everyone up, Mr. Rogers?
Because I got jumped, bro. Like I said, there was 12 of them and only like 5 of us.
Did you take a couple people down though? I bet you did.
Oh yeah, dude. But like I was so drunk that I got out of there unscathed, dude. I had no marks, no bruises. I had fucking like holes in my like I had like one of those bomber like puffer, those little bomber vests, like those puffy ones. And I had like fucking holes in it and shit. Like they were using their keys and like fucking trying to like stab me with their fucking keys and shit.
What the fuck, bro? What kind
Yeah,
of
dude. And
fraternity?
it was ugly.
Damn, bro.
But
I
after
think
that, after that, I was like, I need to be fucking careful because somebody could have fucking hit me over the back of the head with a bottle.
Yeah.
Fucked me
Oh yeah.
up. So I was just like, so after that, I just take a knife with me everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. My brother's the same way. I choose to just carry my hands. But yeah, no, there's situations that you'll definitely need that. If the worst case scenario, better to have it than not.
Yeah, they're just tools. I mean, like weapons are tools, right? Like anything could be a weapon. You know,
Yeah.
a fucking cell phone could be a weapon. You know, anything could be a
Anything.
weapon.
Yep.
Anything, dude. Anything could be a fucking weapon. The ground could be a weapon if you're smashing someone's face on the ground. You know what I mean? Like you can use
Yeah.
whatever the fuck you want as a weapon. So like in my head, I was like, well, shit. You know, what if somebody hits me over the side of the head and I fucking get knocked out and they don't stop and they're fucking
Yeah.
they're so angry and they just have built up tension where they don't stop and they fucking kill me or I do the same and I was just like, so now I'm just like fuck that. I don't even fuck with nobody. I don't talk to nobody.
Nah.
The only time I do something is if I see someone needs help or I see something that's wrong. You know, like somebody being bullied, then I'll step in.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. Like try to do like some good Samaritan type shit. You know.
Yeah, you use your strength for good.
Yeah, exactly. But like, just to talk to shit to somebody for them being an idiot or anything like that or trying to cause some shit, I just walk away, dude.
Yeah, that's something I need to get better at. Like if somebody if I feel like people are like fucking like the other day at work, it was really weird because like I came in, everyone's like whispering around me and shit, like and then every time I come by them they'd stop and I'm like, "Oh, I know what y'all are doing, man. Y'all are trying to provoke a reaction right now." So I just sat there and I did get like I was telling Michael the other day, when I get into these confrontational situations, my adrenaline rushes, like my body's like fucking do 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 do, and fucking this time around I kind of just smiled. I was kind of just smiling, taking deep breaths, because it's really not worth it, bro. Like sometimes, you know, you grow up, you hear the bigger man walks away, and when you're young, you don't really understand that. You think that older people are just weak. And then you get into situations like you go into, and then you realize, like, oh fuck, like it's not even about being tough. It's about me staying alive. Like
Yeah.
anything could happen. Like my buddy, when he was a degenerate teenager, slammed some kid on the ground and paralyzed him for life by accident. Like he didn't mean to fucking hurt him that bad, but it shit happens, bro. Like you're not in control of consequences like that.
Yeah, dude, and then you have to live with that shit. You know, you have to live
Yeah,
with
bro.
that shit for the rest. You don't want to fucking
Dude,
even if it was a fucking accident, dude. Like you still gotta live with the guilt that you're the one that fucking put, even though it wasn't your intent, and you have to live with the fact that you fucking paralyzed somebody or you fucking killed somebody, and
Oh yeah,
somebody is out there, having to care for this person, and it just fucking changes everybody's lives around you.
dude.
That's why when I tell people all the time, I'm like, dude, like, if you're not gonna do it for you, I was like, do it for the people around you. I was like, because you're gonna fucking affect, like, when people do shit, it doesn't affect. It's like a fucking, like, the butterfly effect, right? Like, people don't see it like that though. It has a
Yeah.
ripple. It has an actual ripple effect in people's lives. Like, um, for instance, like, I went to this lady's house, and and she has a really nice house, and I was working, and I was talking to her, and she seemed like, she was really nice, and we were just chatting it up, and I asked her, I said, man, I was like, oh man, this is such a lovely place that you live in. It's very peaceful, and I was like, man, you're lucky to have this, and she just started fucking crying, and I was like, what? I was like, damn, what the fuck did I say? And then she starts telling me um, that she doesn't want to be alive anymore because her son went to a party and there was foul play, and he fucking overdosed and he fucking died. And he was
man.
19 years old. Fucking gone. He only finished 1 year in school. Fucking gone, dude.
Shit.
And um, and she was telling me that, and she says that she really, that she's living. It's. She said it's hell on earth, and she said she doesn't want to be alive anymore, and and this is shit that I have to that because I come into contact with so many different people and their personal space, that people tell me this shit, like depressing ass shit, like stuff that because they don't get to talk to people because of my field in HVAC. I do residential houses, so most people aren't social. They're introverts. They're not extroverts. Most people are introverts, and they stay within their bubble, and they want to live within that bubble. So when they have an opportunity to talk to somebody, a lot of people tend to um, overly talk, or they feel comfortable talking to me because, like, I try to be nice, and sometimes I don't want to hear it because it's too personal. But most of the time, I just kind of entertain it because it only takes one person, dude, to listen to somebody, make their day, and make them fucking smile, to make them question the reason that they should still be alive, because they're still good in the world. You know what I mean?
Amen.
So like it's not like I, yes, I may not want to, but I still do it because it hurts me, dude. It hurts me listening to this shit. Like, when people tell me their fucking stories and stuff, and you can't do nothing. There's nothing you could do to make the situation better. You can't give them money. It's not gonna bring the kid back. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing that you can give this woman to bring her son back.
Wow.
So what can I do? I can listen to her talk to me about the situation, get whatever the fuck it is off her chest, and maybe she'll see some light in that, and she can continue living on, and maybe she'll get over it. But maybe she doesn't. But at least I'm one person that, she was able to live. I'm one person that she was actually able to talk to, that didn't just say, I feel sorry for you, and was actually there to listen to what she actually had to say. So,
Yeah. That's powerful, bro. We all have I agree with Jordan Peterson's philosophy on, like, we all have a role to play in civilization and just being human beings. Like, you had a choice that day. You could have been indifferent. Like, a lot of people can portray kindness on the outside, but in their thought process, like, they're like, how the fuck am I listening to this shit, bro? Like, but I think, like, the more you experience people like that, I used to, nothing as deep, bro, but I used to help a lot of people with their, like, relationship problems. Back in, like, when I worked in restaurants and stuff like that, a lot of females would come to me because they sensed my empathy, and they would tell me, and I give them advice. But there's some shit that was just like, I don't know, some things you just can't really provide advice for, because that if you were sitting on the other end, that you're like, well, people give these cliche responses like, oh, it's going to be better. he's in a better place. I'm sure she already thought about all that shit, but she still feels it. And the best thing for her in that moment was probably to just vent, and you allowed her to do that. So that's amazing, man.
Yeah, dude. But what's amazing is that I didn't figure that out on my own. I had to figure that out through my wife. Like, so like my wife's what actually taught me like these certain values because like she struggles with like really bad like emotional trauma from her life and stuff like that, and so and she struggles with depression, and she had with both of our kids a common thing is called postpartum depression when you have children. And when you have postpartum depression, like sometimes it gets to a point where you don't want anything to do with your child, and it's not that it makes you a bad woman or a bad mother. It's just the chemicals in your brain that are fucking making you go fucking psycho, and there's nothing that you could fucking do about it. So, so I was very indifferent, and I was always like, I was always like, well, babe, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know how to help you. I was saying shit, and I was putting my foot in my mouth at the same time. And I got to a point where I saw my wife every day, and I got to a point where I was being hurt every time I saw my wife because it wasn't the person that I met and the person that I grew to love, So I had to sit down, and I literally had to throw away everything that I fucking thought that I knew so that I could change my perception on things so that way I can communicate better, so I can communicate my feelings and my thoughts to my wife without sounding like a fucking asshole. Because I'm very blunt. So when I say stuff, it's very direct, very upfront. No bullshit. I don't sugarcoat shit. But my wife, she didn't need that tough love. Like, she just needed someone to be there, someone to console with her, and just say, you know what, I'm gonna be here. And she taught me how to do that. And she also said the best therapy. I mean, sometimes the best care. I mean, the best thing that people want is just for someone to listen. That's it. And that hit me hard. So I've been trying to do that more. Just fucking listen. I mean, sometimes I get carried away and I don't. But for the most part, I've been trying to really, really hone in on that skill. Just listening and just not talking, even though I have an opinion about something. Because sometimes my opinion doesn't really matter, and it's not gonna fix anything. So
yeah, that's
No, that's feminization. That's the feminine side of, because I was married to a bipolar woman who was, up and down all the time, and it was a challenge to be able to talk to them. And you can listen and listen, and they just, next thing you know, you're hearing the next 10 years of every bad thing you did for next 2 hours, and you have to just take it and let them roll. And then when they're in a better state, then try to relate to them of what's the root cause. And finally I found out what the root cause with her was. Something had happened to her at a young age, and she had never dealt with it, and had to work through it. And whenever you mentioned doctors or depression, or it was like a trigger to her, and it was like there's nothing wrong with me, but yet she would roller coaster all the time. It was hard, and it was hard with the kids, and we worked through it, and then things changed, and ended up having to move on. So it was a sad day in my book, because I didn't want to leave.
yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough, especially like I've seen divorces. Sorry,
but you did good.
Yeah, and I've seen divorces, and my mom and my dad. My mom's been divorced twice, and both of my so-called dads, right? Every time they just left and never came back, and so So it's kind of like, I've seen all the stuff that my mom had to go through, and I can see why my mom's like a bitter woman, and she's like, she just does not like men, and she has like this perception of like guys, and she says that she's just gonna be happy alone. But then I also see like the side that you got to see, right, where you got to see your wife, and she was struggling mentally, and it sucks too, because sometimes my wife, when she was struggling mentally, like, she's so much stronger now, because like we worked together to conquer this evil that she had brewing inside of her. But it sucks because at a certain point, in time, before the communication starts to occur, sometimes I felt like it was me, like I was the fucking problem, and it fucking hurt me. Like, I thought I was being a bad husband, all this shit, but deep down it wasn't me. It was something that was completely separate, and I was just making it about me, even though it had nothing to do with me, because I never thought to sit down with her and ask those questions, and I was just getting mad because I thought that I thought when she was making comments that she was making them at me, but she was just venting. So.
Yep. Yep. And do you know the thing that she discovered many years later is that she had a thyroid issue. And once she started taking medication for the thyroid issue, her manic behavior, her bipolar nature, almost went completely away. And that was something physiological that was compounding, other emotional things in her. And she is a lot better today. We still communicate because of the children and that kind of thing. And, but the wife I have now, I wouldn't trade her for anything in the world. She keeps me straight. She's my best friend. We talk about things. We build things together. You know, she's a perfect match. So
Congrats, man. Yeah, that's how I feel about my wife. Like, my wife, I feel like she's like, she's my perfect match as well. And I used to date. I mean, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I used to I used to date a lot of chicks. my
I was a
my
whore. I was a
yeah, me
whore.
too, bro. Me too. my buddies used to call me the apartment hoe, because there was an apartment complex that I used to stay at, and it was like a co-ed apartment complex. So like there was like a bunch of people from college and shit that lived there,
Oh
and
yeah,
like I would just be chopping it up and caking it up with the girls and all that stuff, and it was fun.
yeah.
My wife knows about those days.
It
Every
was
time.
it was a phase. It was a developmental phase for you as you transitioned further into life. That's the way I look at it. Because I tell it's like my wife now had two sons, very young sons, and she told me I had to raise them just like my other children. And I pretty much told her, I said, okay. And I did. And I taught them the same way I taught my other children about the world, about dealing with all the things in the world. And, everything's not sugar in the world. You're going to have all kinds of issues. And pretty much, I love it when I get the phone calls and say, hey, Pops, or, they call me Dad. They said, you were right. And when I hear that, I go, yep, score.
Oh man, I think this a quote that came to mind while you guys were talking was, I might butcher it, but a successful marriage is when a man falls in love with a woman multiple times for different reasons.
Yeah, that's what the one I've got now. It's when she's mad at me, she won't talk to me. So I continue to act like I normally would act, and then eventually I'll find out what I did to make her mad, and then she'll tell me when she gets ready to sit down and talk about it. She'll talk about it because she's one that has a temper, and she doesn't want her temper to say things until it's the right place to say it so that she can communicate. And that's the thing. Communication was the best thing in the world. That
Mm-hmm.
it's been great.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't trade. I ain't gonna trade this one.
I'm I'm happy for you, man. We all go through things in life and constantly tested. Um, I was I was different than most of you guys. I grew up seeing my brothers have a lot of girlfriends, a lot of girls that came around, and one thing that, and a lot of friends too as well, older friends who told me that they wish they hadn't lost their virginity to the girls that they had lost their virginity to. Um, and I took that, and throughout life, I kind of said, okay, well, I'm a sappy, emotional guy. Um, and the woman I lose my virginity to is the woman I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. I got lucky. I really did get lucky. But love is created. It's never found. You know. I think a lot of people are searching for that right piece of the puzzle, instead of searching for a kind, genuine person um, that they can build with and create these experiences with. Like, you don't know if there's a lack of communication until you communicate, and then obviously you blow up, you have arguments. But I think the one key component to successful communication is reflection. Because we're human beings. Sometimes we can't always control our emotions. Sometimes we're mad. Sometimes we're sad. Sometimes we're happy. And we communicate differently based off of the levels of those emotions we're experiencing. And it's a beautiful thing when someone can be angry with you. Um, Notice that they're angry with you. Refrain from saying things that they can never take back, because words are strong. And everyone can say, I'm tough, but at the end of the day, bro, your woman can tear you down with her words if she wanted to, and we all know this as men. It, they just know. They know the right where we're soft and where we're hard. And yeah, no pun intended there. But it's just reflection, man. Reflection is the most important thing, I think. Like, we're never always gonna communicate perfectly, but if we can understand that we don't communicate perfectly, and that we could come back together at the table and talk about how things transpired moving forward, how we can avoid certain things. Um, like I'm only 25, man, and it's a blessing to have this relationship and this an established form of communication um, in the form of reflection. If that makes sense to you guys, I know you guys have a lot more life experience than I do.
No, I agree with
No,
you.
dude, you're right. Oh, go ahead, Web3.
It just, you're right. It's, um, I kind of look at it that same way, is that there's a fair level of, you have to communicate, and when emotion becomes the whole thing, it's usually assumptions that you make, and you don't fully understand, so you don't make those assumptions. You wait to hear what you need to hear, and like when there's emotion, usually it's good to not interact, wait until things chill, and then you talk about it, and it's like, okay, well, I misunderstood, or she misunderstood.
Mm.
And once you get on that same page, and then everything reverts back to the normal kelter that you have, which is a good, you know, interaction, and um, you know, and I like being involved in everything. And like, mine is her experiences. She was a truck driver. She was a police officer. She was raised in a pretty same environment that I was raised in. Close. We were about 30 miles apart, and where our childhood and our rearing. So we have so many similarities, and we look at things the same way because of that common area that we lived in, kind of like where you are at.
Mm.
You learn from those things, and then you just you share those things and enjoy it. And there's ups and downs, and
Hmm.
it's good. Most of it's good, and
Yeah,
it's been good. So
and that's something I do. I practice two things, and like, you know, she's sitting right beside me, so like I don't mean to be weird, but I'm a very open individual, as you'll come to learn. This will make sense in the coming days. But I think that there's two questions one should ask themselves whenever they're going through an argument with their significant other, and that is, does this supersede my love for this individual? And is there an outweighed balance of good versus bad? And what I mean by that is, these arguments that we have in relationships, they're mere moments, right? And moments can definitely seem or feel like eternity. For me, I'm an emotional guy, so sometimes I'll let that, just carry my sail through the wind, so to speak. But when I take a look at the time, right? So like me and my girlfriend, we've been together now 3 years. And I look at the arguments, right? There's an argument here, there's an argument there, there's an argument here, there's an argument there. But then I zoom out and I say, okay, I look at this from a percentage sense, right? 98% of the time, I'm happy as fuck with you. 2% of the time, we're gonna argue and clash. As long as that never becomes 51%, it's like a like a shareholder in a stock. As soon as a person feels like there's an overwhelming majority of negative compared to the positive, I do think that it's completely fair to say we're incompatible. And it's very, very rare that I actually even hear people say like it's just constant arguing, constant. And in situations like that, it's very clear to me, obviously, because I'm the one on the outside looking in without the personal investment and emotion, that this is not going to end well. My brother and his ex-girlfriend was a prime example. I've never seen two humans argue as much as they did. And I knew that it just over time it would implode upon itself, and it did. And you try to help people, you try to give them advice, but the best thing, like you said, Mr. Rogers, is to kind of just sit back and listen and love from a distance, because you have to realize that sometimes when you're trying to tell somebody that they can't touch that stove and you grab their hand and you lock them in a room and you prevent them from touching that stove, sometimes they can get pissed at you and not really understand why. So I think it's fair to let them touch the stove, figure it out, and be like, now you see why I was saying that it's going to burn, right? Now, if you keep yeah, my girlfriend added
Yeah,
something.
but what if it was the golden stove with all of the cryptocurrency in it, and then you didn't touch the stove?
Now you're figuratively fucking my mind, Michael.
Yeah, but I got something to say about that though. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been with my wife for 10 years, and we've
Wow.
been married for 6.
God bless.
And I will tell you what, there are times where it felt like we were fucking arguing like 90% of the damn time. So are you just gonna throw away, 7 years of life or however long, and say that you're incompatible because y'all are just arguing all the time? Or are y'all gonna sit down, and figure out what's going on, why you're not happy and why she's not happy, and kind of try to rebuild that relationship again? But that's how marriage is, dude. Dude, there's gonna be times when in the marriage where shit sucks, and y'all may not talk to each other for a few days, and y'all might be fucking getting on each other's nerves all the time. I mean, try living with somebody, over and over, and try living with somebody for 10 years, and eventually shit's, there's gonna be some shit that you're gonna find out that's fucking, and that annoys the fuck out of you.
I want to
mean,
share. I want to share one little thing. You know how Siri can do dictation. Well, I worked on the road for many years with the woman I'm with now, and I would go away during the week and come on the weekends. And one time I was in the hotel room and it was late at night. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't feel like typing, so I hit Siri and I dictated. I just text her, "I don't feel so good." Well, Siri translated it to, "Hey, Phyllis, Luke," and she found a woman in the city that I was in, blocks away, within hours of getting that text message. I go home. she's not talking to me, and she doesn't talk to me for almost 2 weeks. Okay. And I'm asking the boys, do you have any idea what I did? And they go, no, but Dad, you're in trouble. And then finally she calmed down and she showed me the text message, and I said, I don't I I don't remember typing that. That was late at night. I said, oh, that must have been Siri. And I explained to her, this is what I said, and I didn't feel good. And I said, and that's all. And she gave me all the brothers that she had found. And I told her, I said, that's one of the things that I'd promised her that I would never do. And, you know, it was one of those things. It was like, I don't trust Siri now to dictate anything for me unless I visually put myself.
I think, are you saying Siri was sentient and it wanted you to itself? Maybe it is alive. Oh, what can I say? I'm divorced. What advice could I possibly have for you guys?
Mr. Rogers, what I wanted to say, I wrote it down so I didn't forget it. Would you say the version of yourself was incompatible with your wife at the moment, and because you changed yourself, that you became a different person in that process, and that the new version of you became more compatible for the relationship?
No, no, not at all. Because sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes it was just outside stuff that was affecting our relationship, or maybe I didn't do something like chores or whatever. I don't know. It just, it just. My wife and I, we don't argue about like a lot of things. So whenever we do argue, it's mainly about like it could be finances, the kids, stressful shit in marriage. Like we got to do, we got to do certain things around the house, like stuff like that. But it was it's not that I changed at all. It was just that my wife was going through a really like hard time, and in order for us to get through that, we just had to communicate more. I guess you could say in a way I did change because it helped me become a better, better me, not being so hard, like and like just like because for me, whenever I used to argue, like you know, whenever my wife and I we first got married and we used to like argue all the time, I wouldn't even talk to her. I'd just say, I don't want to talk about this, and I would just fucking walk away and just go to the room and just not talk about it. So I would just kind of put it off. And then eventually it got to the point where my wife and I like I would do that, and she didn't like that. She confronted me and said, "Look, it was cool like the first few times, but like now, like I feel like you just don't care about what I have to say." So then she called me, and I had to kind of just. I was like, you know what? It does sound like it does look like that. It does look like I don't want to hear what you have to say. I'm just so mad that, and I just told her, I was like, look, I was just so upset that I didn't want to say anything wrong to you, and I didn't want to, harm our relationship, or say something that I regret because I was upset because I didn't really understand like how to control my emotions as much when we first got married. So then I kind of had to take a step back, and then say, and then she goes, look, I understand that you get mad, and I understand your need for walking away, and I'm glad that you told me because if you just didn't, you didn't want it, I would have got more mad. So if you want to go step away and you feel like the conversation is getting too hard for you, and you're gonna say certain things, she's like, just let me know. But I also want to let you know that I don't want to put this off. So if I if you feel that way and you want to go out, you want to go and kind of distance yourself so you can calm down. But she said, but we have to come back and talk about it. So we, in a way, we were just it was more of like a compromise. Like we kind of were just compromising with each other on certain things. But at the end of the day, we still had the same goal in mind, and that was to be better at communication. communicating. So I wouldn't say that I changed per se. I would say that we changed together. We both changed.
That's beautiful, man. That's really beautiful, honestly. And the only reason I asked that is because, and I don't mean like change, like you just became a different person entirely, but more so like you adapted, like because you love her, right? And that comes down to like my second question, which is, does my love supersede this state of turmoil, or this negative experience or emotion I'm feeling? Because often, I think it's best described through this one lesson, at least the way I translate it, which was, this math teacher walks into a classroom. You guys might be familiar with this situation. It's educational. It's used educationally, excuse me. But this math teacher, she writes 30 problems on a board, and she does one wrong intentionally. And the kids come in, and they all start laughing. She says, "What are you laughing at?" So you got number 3 wrong. She said, "What about the 29 I got right?" And I think that was a very applicable lesson to just how we perceive things in life. When we're going through something negative, it could feel like this is eternal. Kind of like, if you want to compare it figuratively to hell, how they say hell's eternal. Maybe it's not eternal. Maybe it just feels like it is.
Hey, Casey, what's going on?
Hey, I'm just hanging out with the kids, watching some Paw Patrol.
Paw
Hey,
Patrol.
Casey, how's it going?
Hey, so you, what's up, buddy?
Oh,
How's your
man.
day, man?
Look,
That's great.
Are you gonna sing for us?
we...
No.
And I'm singing.
Singing through the pain, I'm
And I'm singing. Singing about Web3, and I'm singing. Thinking about Web2. No.
Taking money from Web3, yeah. Make sure to tip your waitress. Lounge singing for NFTs. That's what I'm doing. Like that?
That's the darkest thing I've ever heard in my life.
A lounge singer working for NFTs.
You just imagine the look of that woman sitting on top of the fucking piano.
Or the dude who just be in his underwear, dirty shirt.
And you have your QR code on the tip jar.
Oh, totally.
All he's wearing is an ascot. It's the only ascot made out of flannel.
Like the really cheap flannel, too.
It was either that or ascot made out of Levi jeans.
And that ascot, quote unquote, was just an old pair of jeans that had been shredded.
It's just Daisy Dukes.
Oh shit, Invisible's here. Dude. What's up, Invisible?
Hey, man. Yeah, I'm just here because I need a tax deduction really badly. So I'm wondering if anyone has like a rug project that they're working on.
You're building up that generational tax
about
break?
all of them. Casey knows about all the projects. This guy introduced me. He's like, he tagged me in the last project he tagged me in. Was literally called Moonshot. And I'm like, you might as well call it Moonshine.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm addicted to losing money, and so I desperately do it some more.
He's just enthusiastic about carrying forward capital losses, I guess. You know?
They carry.
So you, Invisible, so you, have fun.
What's that?
What'd you say, Casey?
Have fun. I introduced you to. Have fun. It should be a good time.
What's up, guy?
Oh, man. Lagatha's got her hand up. That's a German thing.
What's up, Lag?
Oh my God. Good morning. You guys.
Lagatha. Yeah.
What about lag.net?
No, there is no lag. There's no legs either. And there's no girth.
Laggy
nothing.
poo.
None of
Laggy
this nonsense. I'll just
Leggy poo. Come
Lagueur
on.
sounds like a French trans person.
It's
Is
Laguerre.
Yeah, Laguerre.
we can just short it to QL or something. If you are just all being silly about it.
I think we
I'm
need a
just
barcode. We need
Or
a
I'm
bark.
barcode.
just not gonna react to it anymore. You calling me anything that I don't want to be called by you guys, I'm just not gonna
Snookums.
react.
Snookums. I'm now going to refer to you as Snookums.
Has it stopped raining?
No, it has not stopped raining. It's fucking New Zealand in the winter. Why do you think it's so green here? It has not
Man, you guys
stopped
are so
raining.
far away. It's a different season.
I just assumed it was paint.
Yeah. Hey, Invisible. I was wondering, how did you make up for all the losses you had with Luna that you need more losses now?
I just need more losses. It's an addiction. It's like Coke. Like once you get it, you just need more.
Oh,
I
okay.
have that addiction.
No, we're
You just
building the
wanna.
generation. No, we're building the generational tax break. We're going to pass along our unused losses
What
Can
about
you
as
the
tax
people
imagine? You
that
can,
don't
shelters for
have any?
generations to come.
What about the people that don't have any generations to come?
Casey, can we? You know how you do like an estate? Can you freeze capital losses in an estate?
That's an interesting question. I think if you had an LLC and you could transfer the LLC ownership over, you could probably capture some sort of
You could have a
ongoing.
loss-oriented enterprise.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
What about a
Yeah.
trust?
You don't have not so much the trust, but the LLC. Well, I mean, you could use a trust, but you'd want to use the
We
LLC.
should make a trust and just combine all our losses from Luna and VGX together in there.
Well, it sounds like a capital loss, a token whose utility provides capital loss carry forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We need to get together with some tax accountants.
Yeah, I think it once you have the loss, you can't like put it back into an LLC. It's too late.
But if you can do the business through the LLC that has losses and make multiple people owners of the LLC, then maybe.
Yeah,
I like the idea of
You
trying to
mean
find a
we
loser project and winning.
we should just build an LLC now with our most degen people, and then for sure there will be more losses. You know what? Like there's not even a question. We will for sure acquire more losses further down the track. Not like any of us idiots is ever gonna learn shit, right?
I think by trying to find losing projects, we can find a winner.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
So that's a win-win, right?
Like the biggest loser would be like the obvious winner kind of thing. Like this one definitely doesn't have any utility. Let's put all of our money in.
We should buy all the hacks and Safe Moon and Dogecoin and Shiba Inu.
all of which are doing better than Luna.
Yes.
That's great, but we are looking for generational losses here. Tax.
We need those
We need
tax
something to
shelters.
fall below the floor. How does something fall below zero?
It can happen.
Okay, baby.
It can have 20 zeros after the decimal.
Or it can owe money. They can make it
See
like
there.
Yeah.
We wait until it's totally falling and then we leverage the hell out of it.
Yeah. And you loop that leverage like 20 times around with the leverage.
Yeah.
The leverage with the leverage with the leverage.
What if we had like a security that contained a bunch of shit NFTs and then we shorted that security? Can we do that? Can we short a security?
Yeah, definitely. What if we
Right?
shorted a security that lent out like over 600 million to an unsecured loan?
Man, see,
that
now
would never happen.
Why would anybody do that?
That's Bankman territory you're talking about.
Certainly not a publicly traded company with senior people on their team that have hundreds of years of experience altogether, right? Nobody would lend out.
Thousands, I believe. Thousands.
And they would never double down on it. Like it used to be like 300 million and then they just like doubled down on it. That would never happen.
Yeah.
And after the Luna collapse, still lend them more money? No, nobody would do that.
That seems
No,
like
that's like going to the
lunacy.
casino and bet on black, and every time you lose, you just double up and keep going with black. Double, 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 double. That's the similar
Sounds like a
concept.
Canadian dream, a double.
I have no idea what that meant.
That's a Tim Hortons joke about the coffee.
It was white on black.
What?
This is the SquareSpace, degenerate conversations in a broadcaster voice. I think this is the most degenerate conversation we've had, which is trying to tokenize capital losses and shorting that token. That's pretty degenerate.
I live in the Degen.
I would argue that with the IRS saying that it's educational expenses because you're learning by taking action. So
that's the purpose of shitcoin, actually. Web3, did you see the phishing attack that we did?
No.
I'll send it to you. Hold on. It's my favorite phishing attack of all time. Lagatha loves it.
I love it. Hi, Ajax.
Ajax is just listening.
Well, usually not. Usually, Ajax is not usually a listener.
He's
but
taking
he might
notes
be driving
right now.
home, stuck in the traffic again.
No, he's making a spreadsheet, taking notes. He wants to maximize his losses as well. I know him.
Yeah, we should put Ajax in our LLC of, people that are trying to create generational losses for the generations to come.
Decentralized autonomous organization that comes together to pitch only the worst projects.
Oh,
that would be good. And then we could see who had the worst portfolio of all time, right? And give that person awards.
I've already been in 2 of those, but I don't think it was
No,
intentional.
don't
No,
count.
I've heard some of these people.
You can't use past experiences.
Oh, it's only new losses. I like this lost leaders. The lost leaders,
That's me.
The LL.
LL Cool J.
Oh man.
Hi, Ajax.
No, I like this. How do we do this, Ajax? How do we do this project? Somebody get NFTs in here.
Well, you start by chasing yields on stable coins. And then, maybe you leverage a little bit.
Just find any algorithmic coins. Was there not another project that was looking to just copy Lunar?
As long as you're chasing yields, you're good to go.
That's LUNC. The first thing you might add is LUNC, right? Because that's the derivation. I think it would be interesting to see, because it would be kind of like the inverse of the fantasy league, where you're rooting for a coin to go down instead of go up, like Floyd Mayweather on the first quarter of a college basketball game.
Dude, we could totally do this. We could create a rug project on purpose, and then
sort
the shit out of it. And
this is the best ideas you guys have ever had.
See, I've been actually very scared about So You and Invisible meeting. I've actually been very nervous about this because
they met before. Invisible must have followed me.
Let me rephrase this. I'm nervous about So You and Invisible spending time together and having conversations where they.
The idea, Casey.
Yeah, but still, it still makes me
it.
nervous. I'm just saying, still makes me nervous.
The only thing I'm nervous about is having Invisible show up with his alter ego voice again in a pool drinking tequila or whatever he did, and then the next day the whole world imploded.
I was doing coke when I could still afford it. Okay, that was before the Luna collapse.
Fair.
That was the day before the Luna collapse, and I was like, "Shit is going down. Something is happening." And I believe Casey said it first. He was like, I don't know, something happened. Something either really good or really bad happened. And then the next day, the whole Lunar thing blew up. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, when Invisible's talking, 3 or 4 octaves higher and giggling a little bit, like nervously giggling, that's when you're like, I think some shit's about to go down. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it went down all right. Shoot. Now how am I going to buy Coke again? I have to eat that tar shit now.
You can sell that. I have an idea. You can sell the iPad where you had all your Lunar saved on as like a, as a cold storage or whatever you used it. If you sell that iPad, you might be able to get some Coke.
Yeah, like maybe like 1 day's worth.
You got to start hustling them Peruvian avocados. You got to stop being so prissy. Northern California
Yeah,
avocados only. No.
what
Anything
was
goes
the
now.
thing with the peels? Oh shit, I've forgotten. Someone had a deal with the peels. They were using the peels to do what? I don't know what it was. I can't remember.
Mulch, I think.
Compost.
Yep.
You can not just discard your peels and find use for the peels.
There you go. That'll make me, make my losses whole for sure.
Yo, I want to figure out how a way we can do this. It's not fantasy sports. It's kind of like health sports, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. We can what we should do? Like attach a religion to it. That'll get people on board for sure.
Oh.
Blockchain-tology?
Oh, that sounds amazing. Oh yeah, we gotta make up a whole religion, blockchain-tology, and then sell it.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll write it up.
We
In the
also
beginning, there was a transaction.
And then it didn't go through, and we kept your
Cryptology.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We got to do it, man. In the beginning, yeah, I'll think about
Call
it.
the nodes prophets.
The nodes, yeah. We'll have a node service on like a fake chain.
Well, blockchain Jesus turns over the traditional financial systems tables in the temple, right?
I feel like we also need to incorporate something about moon of sorts, in whatever language we can find.
The moon controls the waves, yes.
We'll just use moon, but pick a language so it's not so obvious, like Luna.
Yeah.
We'll find, what is moon in German? That'll be the name of it.
Mond. It's too obvious.
Too obvious, yeah. What about Chinese? Yeah. We'll go with Chinese.
I do not speak Chinese.
My Google does. It's cool. Hey, Google.
But we can use the Korean
Chinese
or Japanese or something.
Yeah, yeah. Google just told me it's yeah.
And we also need to incorporate any blank as a service products, whatever it may be. Notes as a service, for example, as you brought up notes earlier.
But there'll be nodes on a chain that's like a shit chain, so it maximizes the shit.
Yeah, well, if you're interested in a shit and poo-poo project, you can just click on the wipe list that's on the top.
You have to buy meme tokens as penance.
Yeah, we should just have a project where we legit say in the white paper that it's a rug project. And right there, we are going to steal your money. Right.
That's the idea of that whitelist. So the idea of the shitcoin utility would be a project that rugged its own community as a way of making them more resilient towards phishing attacks. So I wrote a phishing attack and I posted it to the top. You can see the comments on it.
Wait, you're being serious?
I'm dead serious. Yeah, I wrote it up. If you, I'll point to the website to shitcoin as well. But that's that was the first experiment with phishing.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's safe. You can click on it.
Is everyone going to have to pay 10% of their profits back to the developers?
99%, I think, is what we agreed on.
I think 99% sounds like a fair tithing for a cult. I mean, religion.
Exactly. We'll make it tax deductible.
We need a cult leader too. We need someone who's like 24/7, 365 days online to shill the shit.
Someone who's charismatic and already has a little bit of a following, has no problem being in front of a camera, has a decent voice, can fill a room with his voice. You know, I wonder if we got anybody like that.
You guys should stop describing me.
Casey.
Damn it, I was really fishing for that one. Crap.
Where did Casey go?
Casey.
I think he went to go clear his throat. You know, he clears his throat. Well, let me tell you.
I think I heard Hunter and Meg in the background. They might have, just taken over.
All right. Well, I want in on this rug for sure.
Well, you were asking for it.
Definitely.
We're
oh my God,
creating.
we're gonna have to have prayer rugs, aren't we?
Oh, we could have NFTs, and they're all different types of rugs. That's brilliant. And like, it's not fraud because we literally are saying that it's a rug, so they can't complain when they lose their money.
It's for a bigger cause. It's dedicating yourself to something greater than yourself.
Oh my gosh. This is great investment advice, by the way. Never gotten investment advice of this caliber before.
So invisible. So the corollary to that is what I posted to the top, which is hitcoin.ca. So that's the sister to everything that's been going on. I mean, looking for some sort of utility for a while, and this is the best one I found.
Absolutely. The utility is you lose money and you pay less in taxes. It's brilliant.
And you get a spot in the afterlife.
Exactly. Yeah, we got to really figure out how that afterlife is going to work. I'll design the afterlife.
We're putting the afterlife on the blockchain.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right?
Transcending from our meat bodies.
Exactly. When you die, we will put a token that's worthless in your honor on the blockchain.
NFBTs, non-fungible burial tokens.
Dude, this sounds like it could actually, it's so crazy it could work. We could have a bear NFT project.
Well, why not? I mean, you already can buy a star supposedly with the, in the constellations and name it after a loved one.
What's gonna happen when aliens show up from that star system and you're like, sorry, you're mine?
I don't know.
Aliens are on Earth. They're not in space.
Yeah, I'm sure they appreciate being owned by a species like us. Pretty sure they love that.
All right.
Yeah, we're like the species ever.
So are we doing the crypto estate planning where we will assist the elderly in moving their funds to digital assets to be dispersed through
Well, right now, we're considering figuring out if this shitcoin rugging people might be the best way to do it. So it's like it's a game, and maybe if they want to lose, and you're right, if they just want to lose, right, they might invest $1 million and just click the phishing attack on purpose and be like, fuck, I lost $1 million. Oh well, here you go, accountant.
No, we need it to be an NFT because people like a little NFT rug. So they buy the rug. And they can also buy the burial site when they die.
The soul-bound tombstone.
A little tombstone. Yeah. And the requirement is they have to like will all their estate to us. Like that's how they get the burial tombstone. And that's the only way, by the way, that they get into paradise heaven.
In the metaverse.
Yeah, after
Wait,
they die, if they
Is
want
that when you
paradise,
merge with the Oracle? Like Chainlink? You become the price?
I think we should sell them all the shitcoins to be going to heaven, but then the ultimate rug happens and they end up in hell.
It sounds like a
Where
recording
I'll
we're
be
going to hear in. It sounds like a recording we're going to hear again in court one day.
I will be the chief of hell. Okay.
no. See, no one can sue us because we're literally saying we're going to steal their money. Like that's totally legit. If you tell someone that if they give you money, you're stealing
rug
it,
coin.
that's completely legal.
It's like telling someone you're gonna mug them right before you you mug
at least
them.
the white paper wouldn't be that long, right? I'm sure I can come up with that formula myself without any help. I mean, like your money in minus infinity.
No. You have to
we
say
want to make the
something
white
like
paper
transparency.
like 20.
Transparency is key.
Drag that thing out. Lots of legalese. Lots of legalese.
Transparency is key. This is exactly why, moving forward, we will provide straightforward honesty. We are not here to make you money. We are here to take your money.
Only true believers have the ability to lose money. Are you a true believer or not? Are you willing to lose your money or not? Because only true believers can ascend.
Yeah, what do you prefer? Your money or like going to heaven? Like what is more important to you, honestly?
If you
You
really
can't take it with you.
heaven.
You can't take it with you.
Yeah, and we could have a confessional, like for people that like murder or whatever, we could forgive them if they like donate to our cause.
That's what it is. We're putting transcendence on the blockchain. We're transcending worldly possessions.
Then we could make it like a priest, except you don't have to go to a priest. Like no one wants to go to a priest and confess, so it's a faster.
Yeah, that's so
really.
much more painful than the sin going to a priest these days.
Yeah, when you go to confession, you have to say a good act of capitulation.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. So like we make it simpler. We make it the future.
Wow, going to a priest is a pain in the ass. How dare you?
Oh, I dare. I definitely dare.
We'll have airdrops of communion wafer NFTs.
Yes, dude, this project is
You guys are going
brilliant.
hell,
It's getting
bro.
better and better. I love it.
Oh my god. It's
wonder
I mean, it isn't the next obvious Scientology something that has merged with the blockchain, right?
Exactly. Why is religion still so old? Like we need to make that shit Bitcoin.
Got a tokenized religion.
Exactly.
I think the Maxis have done that already.
No, this is the one true one.
Exactly.
Right? This is like the Rosicrucian version of Christianity, right?
No, not right, Michael.
If you don't buy our NFTs, like you're going straight to hell. That's just all there is to it.
There's no financial incentive. It's all moral. It's all. Do you want to go to hell? Do you want to go to heaven? Which one?
And we legit believe in our religion, so it's not a fraud. So that's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, all I'm saying is that once you have fully
creators get a tax write-off.
There you go. Here comes the tax write-off. Back into the conversation.
Our crypto, who are non-fungible, hallowed be thy chain.
Loving it. Keep
Thy
going, man.
transaction be confirmed.
Oh, dude.
Thy staking come.
Thy APR be done.
Thy hash be done.
As on layer 0, as on layer 5.
Give us to stay our daily drop.
I wonder if this
We're
is
going
the
to hell,
actual
bro.
process that most rug projects go through.
Dude, I mean, is it really a rug project if we call it a rug project?
No, it's not. It's
No,
more
I
so
think it's
like
called a
a
security at that point.
yeah. So this is just a rug that's laid out. You know you're walking on it. Other rugs are rugs with trap doors underneath.
Our rugs,
Lag.f.
so okay, like if I
Be
go
looks
ahead.
like a
Well,
in
it's
life
not working,
Bible.
is it? When you everybody's talking at the same time, always. And
Ah,
then
German
people make
efficiency.
fun.
This is how World
And
War
then
One
people make
started.
fun when I raise my hand because apparently I don't need to, but I also don't even get to say a word. Every time I try, people just talk over everybody all the time.
Can you reset the space?
Yes, I can. This is the SquareSpace where Degen conversations and a broadcast of voice are held. And I'm still stumbling over it. You'll need to give me
Oh, you
another
did a KC clear voice. That was awesome.
SquareSpace, Degen Conversations and Broadcast of Voice und Heimerleben.
You must raise your hand to rug us. It must be raised or no rug can be had.
I was trying to say we should be airdropping people some, I don't know, maybe some angels or whatever from this proposed heaven once they reach certain levels so they know heaven actually exists. And we keep up the facade of people, going to heaven if they, do the right thing.
Wait. It's not a facade. This shit's real. Don't say facade.
Yeah, but at the end, they will find out heaven never existed and it's hell anyways, and they end up with me in hell.
This is the conversation that they had to start Scientology, isn't it? It probably went something like this, right?
This is a real, true thing. Like, I am feeling people like digitally chatting with me, like from another universe, and they're telling me that this token needs to be created. Okay? Now, don't ask me to show you what happened because that like undoes it or something. So it must mean that true. Casey, go ahead.
And only the true believers will be bestowed with the real-life Bible of NFTology, covered in nanotechnology filaments, utilizing the latest in solar power technology. Our Bible will power your crypto future to eternity.
And also, even if you don't believe, just give us your money and you'll still go to heaven.
And just give us your money.
So hold on, we have to decide, does this religion include polygamy or not? That's a pretty key distinction.
Whatever people want is whatever it is. Just give us the money.
Can I get an amen?
That'll be our phase 2 polygamy chain.
There you
Hallelujah.
go. Extra cost.
We need to get Matthias in here for more Catholic influence on the whole thing because I'm a shitty Catholic.
Oh, I grew up Catholic.
Yeah, well, I grew up Catholic, but that still, makes me a shitty Catholic. And Matthias is a full-on wannabe Catholic because he's from some upstream, weird Mexican wannabe Catholic. So
I thought you grew up Mormon. I'm so confused.
I did. I grew up Mormon also. I went to
and Baptist.
I went to 4 hours of church every doggone week.
I had to do 4 days out of the week of church. Methodist Baptist.
Yeah. Well, I'm still digesting the cracker, so I'm pretty sure I win.
I just know this church is true.
Thank you for bearing your testimony.
I just want to add to this group, which is off topic. I'm at my farmhouse and I'm collecting eggs, and now I have suddenly white eggs. And I'm wondering whose bird, I think my dad, who's been taking care of the house, found one of my neighbor's free roaming birds and just put it in my coop.
I'm confused.
It's the mystery egg. No one knows where it came
Strange
from.
birds.
Oh, we can do a mystery NFT that's like half off, and like you have a 50% chance of going to heaven.
I'm so glad Matthias showed up. Our Catholic summoning must have.
Casey,
worked.
you're gonna have to explain the project to Matthias because he's the one person that could write the thing in about stream of consciousness, like about give him like 45 minutes and a 6-pack, and you'll have it all written.
Absolutely. Now all you have to do is share your keys.
What's up, Mattios? How you doing, man? Hey, Mattios. How you doing, buddy? How's your day?
You know, it's
Could
so
you help us?
fucked up. I didn't say it before, right? But at work, we use that kind of affect. You know what I mean? So sometimes, like, hey, come on. Oh, let's try that again, okay? All right, pick it up. You got it now. All right, good. So I didn't make that connection prior to the horse being a fucking jackass. But then when you leaned into it, I was like, gosh, I can't deal with these motherfuckers, dude. It's so beautiful.
Always lean into it.
Oh man.
Always lean into it.
Bro.
So we are preparing a new project for those who would die on the cross for their
Every time you clear your voice, they laugh.
So anyways,
yeah.
we're gonna mix religion. We're gonna mix religion with NFTs and blockchain.
Nice.
And we're gonna pitch it as a new NFTology.
Oh shit.
We're gonna have NFTs.
Hey, give me 45 minutes and a 6-pack. We got this shit easy.
Heaven and hell tokens.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was how the Bored Apes Yacht Club was formed.
Airdropping manna from heaven.
Oh yeah, are we gonna add racism?
I mean, we have the polygamy chain. We may as well give everybody their due, I suppose.
I think we should just charge more.
God commanded me to go cross-chain. I'm sorry, honey.
Yeah.
The more immoral, the more you have to pay.
Building
and we're going to promote this up front as a rug, is the catch here. This is an upfront rug, but we're going to mix religion in heavily.
Isn't that how the upfront rugs work?
I thought that's how the religions worked.
I'm logging off now.
We just need some scripture to put into our white paper, and we'll be all set.
What if each token carries just like a little verse of the Bible and different religious scriptures?
Wait, we're mixing religions now?
Yeah.
I thought we're keeping the blockchain.
No, we're starting a new one.
Yeah, it's a whole new one.
No, listen, we're going to build a wall around our community and make NFTs safe again, okay?
Oh.
We're going to have a command, and the first commandment is, if you want to go to heaven, give us all your money.
There you go.
What if it was just a slow play to Catholicism, the whole project?
Joel Osteen way.
Thou shalt not depeg stable coins.
We just make a Joel Osteen coin.
Thou shall depeg stable coins.
Exactly.
Honor laws.
Now, this is the Italian Catholicism, I understand.
Hey, what am I supposed to do, God? What am I supposed to do?
Why is my NFT like a bloody baseball bat? I don't understand.
Oh man.
Give us the title, Matthias.
Welcome to SquareSpace, where we're having Degen conversations in a broadcaster voice.
No.
Today, we're looking at the links between Gnosticism, Christianity, Hinduism, religion, and faith.
I think religion and faith could have summarized all that other stuff, but good job, Matthews.
Fire. Hey, faith is
fire,
more beautiful. I just can't articulate how, okay? Fuck.
But isn't it more like religion and faith as it applies to feeding us money through the blockchain? Isn't that the...
Yeah, this is the one true religion, okay?
Listen.
And it's all on the blockchain, as all one true things are.
SquareSpace Scientology.
Hey, we are way more advanced than Scientology, okay?
Scientology was kind of like a test run of what could happen if the one true religion emerged, but it was corrupted by Tom Cruise.
And all of
it was
his
never the same.
goddamn impossible movies. Oh my god.
You might call our endeavor a Mission Impossible.
Scientology was so 20th century. We're going 21st century.
Yeah, we're going with God body theory now.
Decentralinetics.
Decentral autonomy of oneself.
We're just bringing capitalism to religion.
Bringing capitalism to the individual.
We're reuniting church and state.
The Chinese way.
Yeah, my understanding is they used to charge at confessionals, so we're just bringing that to the blockchain level.
What?
Tokenizing indulgences. Yep.
Exactly.
Deposit 1 Bitcoin for me to hear your woes.
And then halfway you get through. That will be another half Bitcoin to continue for the next 30 minutes.
It's like the most tragic part of your story, and it's like a collect call. Like, you have ran out of sufficient funds to continue with this dialogue.
You have run out of sin credits. Sin credits cover your sins, and you have to have at least a 0 sin balance before you enter the gates of heaven.
You know what's crazy, man? You could probably take everything we're saying and orchestrate it or construct it to like an actual positive purpose, like tokens.
Yeah, this is just a slow play towards Catholicism, right? Because when the religion fails, and when the blockchain religion fails, that's when they confront Jesus.
Wait, who's the Pope? We have to decide.
He's some guy with a crown. Big
Matthias
hat.
is gonna be the Pope.
Craig Wright.
He's gonna be the
Craig Wright. Exactly.
I can provide the Holy Grail. I can bring my German Catholic singing book that I have.
I thought you were going to say the Holy Flail.
If you sell out your tokens, you get a gypsy curse.
We can call it whatever we want. There's plenty of words in there, plenty of pages we can tokenize.
That's right, Lagatha.
It even has gold writing on it. That should be the special NFTs, the ones with the gold writing.
Wow.
So,
I was just like, this is all tax. Like, we won't have to pay taxes on any of this either because it's all religion.
Damn, bro. That's right. The Joel Osteen.
The initial cosmogony could be based on Euclid's elements. In the beginning, there was a dot, then there were 2, then there was a line, then the line rotated. You had a circle, it rotated the other way, and you have an equilateral triangle, right? And in that way, right, the one true coin was born through equilateral triangles. Instead of a blockchain, it's a pyramid, like the Egyptians. So it's actually a return to an ancient age.
To the one true age.
Well, Michael, actually got to head out here. But before I do, no cap. No kappa.
Yeah.
No kappa. But before I do, I just want to let anyone know who's listening that this is the SquareSpace, where we hold Degen conversations in the broadcaster's voice.
We're going to end up having a schism between people who say broadcaster and broadcasters. That'll be the schism in the group. Yeah.
I just feel like you guys, there's no there's no emotion behind it. You know, you guys are like, this is the SquareSpace Degen conversation, the broadcaster voice, and you gotta take your time with it. You know, you gotta let it marinate.
Can you give us the caressing version?
No, I think the only man who could do that left.
Well, okay.
That's Casey.
Can we give the actual broadcaster voice version?
No, we need what's his face? Dan? Is it Dan Michael?
That's right, Dan Rockwell.
He's got the original broadcaster's voice. He'll throw you right back in the 1970s, bro.
You know what? He would do an actual fucking amazing one.
That's not even unbelievable. That's not a far stretch at all.
Dude, we have a fucking amazing team around us, actually. Hey, can you imagine Dan going on for like 3 minutes?
I can't lie.
Find him.
Yeah. Yo, man, Sun Tzu found a way to kick everybody out yesterday.
That's so funny. Sun Tzu, the space kryptonite.
Oh man, he's so soft. My gosh, that guy. Tapioca pudding. I want to eat him with a spoon. Just so I could be like, look, bro, I got you on my upper lip.
Some crumbs up here, boy.
Bro, he's soft. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. You know what? I think he's a fucking prick. But the fact, you know, my bad. I apologize for bringing that energy. He's a fucking prick, though.
I don't even know the dude. Yesterday, he just said something about hot lunch or something. Then we were talking just a little bit, and something just compelled me. This force, this unseen force, just said, "Tyler, get the fuck out of here, bro." It's a war zone.
No, that's his superpower.
I need him back in my life. Yeah, because I don't want to say anything, or I don't want to give too much that I wouldn't actually say to him. You know what I mean?
You ever just talk to people that, like, the more they talk, you're just like you just start doing other things. You're just, it's all right.
You ever know someone who talks and you start doing other things? Wow.
Everything outside of the realm of absorption.
Ever talk to somebody who makes you appreciate real life?
That part.
Oh,
but yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah. I mean, look, Sun Tzu. Without Sun Tzu, we wouldn't have all the business books we have today.
Bro, that's the other part that, you know, this I gotta wait. I have to, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't wanna pile on the fellow.
No. The thing is, like, I was actually very honest with him, like, the first time. And so I feel like we have this weird respect with each other, because I was like, look, man, I'm not sure if you actually have a project, but if you haven't noticed, everyone left. How does that make you feel that all the women left? And I asked him that.
Beautiful.
How does that make you feel? Right? So we have this kind of understanding, but at the same time, like, he's friends with other folks. So I figure if they're willing to keep giving him a chance and be like, maybe I should have an open mind too. Right?
Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah. You know, even though it's kind of like, I'm using the phrase tall children. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Right? Like, I taught kids today. Some of them were very mature. Some of them weren't. And that's okay. That's actually okay. Not every kid has to be the same. And maybe the least mature kid is the best steel drum player. You know, you don't know that.
That part.
Right? And so it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, I've given up trying to police or nerf the world, let alone the space. People want to talk about hot lunch. I'd be like, yeah, you have a microwave. I don't know.
I mean, and I get it. I've created my own hallucinogens with mason jars of my own poop, my own urine. Pop it in the microwave.
Who has
that's not
what the fuck did this just become, bro?
Degen, you know, I don't know. This is my problem. Everybody want to sit here and act like a degenerate. I'm like, all right, let's go. And then the moment I start talking about hot lunches, now all of our it's fine.
The thing.
It's fine.
What people don't understand is that, like,
the second
go ahead.
The second freaking Sanzo said hot lunches, I told him he will be kicked. Like,
what does that mean?
Tell him what it means by that.
No, I will not.
I'm generally at a loss of understanding, because when he came in the room,
Google,
I felt your tension.
Urban Dictionary, Google Urban Dictionary, hot lunches, do it incognito.
Oh, clutch.
You mean DuckDuckGo? I could use DuckDuckGo.
You do whatever. I Google.
That's the VPN.
Number 2.
Google track me everywhere. I have an iCloud. I have an iPhone. I'm tracked everywhere, anywhere. So, you know, I still Google.
Oh, what the fuck?
Lagarth, I didn't know you were an artist.
I'm not. I'm the furthest from being an artist.
I don't know. I think you're an artist.
Okay.
Because I am too. That's why I was like,
now,
this makes sense.
Everything is understood now. Thank you, Lagatha.
Wait, so what is it? What is it?
No, man. No. You have to go look it up yourself, just like I did.
Yeah.
Man, I just feel like your journey acquiring knowledge, Kappa, is just beautiful to be a part of. You know what I mean? Just seeing you process and take all these gems. I'm just hurt that now you get this bit of knowledge and you don't want to share it at the community table. But it's fine.
We've never hesitated sharing anything with you, Kappa. I don't know why every time it's all about take, and then there's no give. What kind of equitable relationship is that? That's not diversity of sharing, of exchange.
I'm just making sure you guys don't depend on me, you know?
Let's try to lead a man to water instead of giving him a drink. That's fire. And I do want to qualify what Michael added. I've, contributed nothing. But
do you guys really want to know this shit?
Yes, we do.
No, I don't.
You can say it in a broadcaster voice.
All right. Lagartha, just block me or something for like a minute or two. So it's pretty simple. Oh, am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay.
No, you're good.
Okay, so no, you're good. Go ahead. Floor's all yours.
We're all waiting.
It's when a guy takes a shit.
Explaining the purpose of a hot lunch on the SquareSpace, degenerate conversations and a broadcaster voice, Kappa, live on the scene on Urban Dictionary.
Lunch is usually a meal in between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., but it's much more than that in the bedroom. In the bedroom, it's the act of a woman shitting in your mouth during sex. And that's a hot lunch, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, so why did people leave?
What? No. I have to disagree.
That's what it says, Lagatha.
I will not go into details, but that is not the definition that has been circled around our space.
There's a voting on UrbanDictionary.com. People can write their own definitions, and they're upvoted. So they must have changed since last time you looked it up.
No, there's so many. So one I'm seeing here is the act of a person defecating on another person's chest, and it slides down the cleavage like a boat down the river.
No, that is not the one that we had. No.
Okay, is it this one? To not fuck with your dick, but with your balls too?
No.
Dude.
Okay, so I'm
that's
just thinking
a lot
myself,
of torsion, man. What?
Oh my fucking god.
Why am I even commenting?
How did these 3 comments that were completely fucked up not be the correct ones?
It's not.
Dude.
You're just gonna have me over here digging myself into a big old pile of shit.
You're listening to Kappa on the SquareSpace, degenerate conversations.
Why are you reading these things, bro? I'm leaving.
We were trying to talk about the one true religion, and you went to Urban Dictionary. I mean, we're just trying to enlighten and unlift ourselves, and you're taking us down to the laboratory? How dare you, sir?
The third one was my favorite, though. I can't lie. No, the second one. The torsion one.
The number 2.
All right. I think I've had enough of the internet for one day.
Cap, I'm sorry, bro. I did it for the space, man.
Bro, I did it for the space too, man. It's all right. That energy is contagious.
You're sacrificing yourself to the space. Wow.
Yeah, I became a cafeteria worker serving up hot lunches,
Cafeteria worker.
Yeah. Yes.
Cafeteria.
Yes.
Aren't you glad you stayed back, Kappa?
Yo, one of the instrumentals you sent me, Michael, I think I got a funky little tune.
Dude, you have to call me and I'll make sure, Adam just sent me, we have 18 of those.
Kappa, I sent you a DM. I don't know how you found any other definition than that one, because that's the only one that pops up on my screen when I Google.
I think it maybe was a personalized response based on the AI.
Maybe. Oh my gosh. What the fuck?
He's reading the 7th definition, I think.
No, not the 7th, the 4th and the only. It's pretty shitty, bro.
Yeah, so going back, like if someone wants to talk about hot lunch, that's fine, you know, but I'd love to get back to the regularly scheduled program, you know?
What's the scheduled program, Michael? Tell me what the scheduled
What's the
program is.
schedule in a DJ conversation?
This
The schedule is emergent, but always moving, never stagnant.
Then it's not a schedule.
Always flushed, never left unflushed. Always circulating. Circulation, I think, is the most important thing. You know, we can talk about degenerate things as long as we don't get mired in the details like a never-ending story horse.
Oh yeah, because then it's all just it's all degenerate.
Just horsing around in sinking sand.
You know, motherfucker, you incepted me again, bro. I said I was leaving like 25 minutes ago.
Blah, 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 blah. Sorry.
No. It's okay, brother. It's okay. The more people that join, the lesser of a quality conversation we have. Has anybody noticed this?
It's the law of diminishing returns. Yeah.
And I did not invest.
Dude, somebody. Thank you for. I'm done. I can't. I wish I would have let the mic breathe after you had that. That was just excellent.
That was a written. I text Cap for that before. That was a written.
So was mine. I wrote it back to you.
No, I didn't check. Let's see.
All right, I'm logging off. I can't deal with this shit.
At least we're being honest about the writtens. Most people aren't. They'd be like, yo, let me go freestyle on like Hot 95. And it's like, I don't think that's a freestyle, bro.
They call me mad at bitch. You couldn't handle this. My poison is in a million. You wrote that shit, dog. Don't disrespect me.
You rehearsed that shit a plethora of times in the mirror. And yeah. You're too quick to it, bro. Like, I hate people that do that. They'll be like, oh, it's a freestyle. Well, technically, actually, so someone once told me this, so maybe you guys can clarify this. That a freestyle is just something written without a beat.
No, that's slam poetry.
Yeah, what they're doing there is stretching, because we did this is what the Horned Horse was talking about earlier, when we're gonna split over the decision of broadcaster versus broadcasters. Like, we addressed this in the late 90s. Motherfuckers were saying that kind of shit, and it was like, no, dude, a freestyle is just improvisation, and that's what makes the punchline dope. Yeah, like, I don't know, this guy named Fred, and Fred is there. That's what makes it fucking brilliant. But anyway, so yeah, but that other side, they did win the argument because of all these like freestyle battles, quote unquote, flow heat, no beat from the 2000s and on.
Oh yeah.
So although, you know, yeah, exactly. So that's when that shit started happening. And to me, it only counts if like these guys are rapping at each other for 15 minutes at a time, telling the crowd to quiet down, all that kind of shit. But anyway, thank you for letting me get that off my chest, because I've been fucking angry about this for decades, dude. Literal decades.
This sounds like an emotional wound that has been reopened.
Dude, that's why I don't talk. Anytime anyone ever brings up hip hop in these spaces, I'm like, I'm not gonna. It's just, it goes way. No, I can't. But with you guys, all right, we already got the language down. You know what I mean? Like, we're in the culture. We know what it is. Other motherfucker, you know. Anyway, I'm not sensitive, dude. See, this is what happens when I hop on here sober, man. It's fucking full blown aggression. Fuck Sun Tzu. Fuck Lout.
I think that's just you, Matthews. I don't think you got some shit to work through, bro. Maybe you can freestyle about it.
I'm fine, bro. Anyway, sorry, guys.
All these motherfuckers with interpretations, words of hatred. Yeah.
Conversation's getting so debased, I can't face it. I feel like asphyxiating. It's basic. They hating them.
You're having too much fun. This is no longer work.
Contemplating a conversation full of honest statements. What have we become?
Dude, that
What are
was
we
so
becoming?
multisyllabic. I did it. I should have stayed muted. My bad, because I was just
Yo,
Nah, it's
bro, I
all
got
good.
this.
That's
I got
the
this.
second time in a row you say that, Matthias.
I got this freestyle for you guys. I wrote and
Oh,
performed
wicked.
like 20 times. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, hold on. Before you go, Matthias, can you bring Kappa on stage?
all right. Kappa, thank you for waiting. I know you have a rhyme for us. Let's get jiggy with it.
No.
Kappa got cold feet. He ran away.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You didn't know crocodiles are cold
No,
blooded?
nobody running away. Everybody's here. Yeah, no, everybody's here. Nobody's running away.
what
Hi,
was
Austin.
that, sir? How are you, Austin?
I'm
How are
fine.
you?
I'm fine. I was your day.
Always. All right.
It was amazing.
I
Welcome to
studied.
the
Yeah. I'm just enjoying a lot of things that you're saying right here, man.
Well, I think you're going to enjoy the next things that are said because Kappa is about to
Yeah, sure.
freestyle.
Yeah, sure. You're right. So what's the next plan?
The next plan is Kappa is going to spit a freestyle. We have to all go on mute, though, to hear it.
Okay. Then let's do that.
This is not happening, Austin. He's lying to you.
Huh?
He's lying to you, brother. He
No, I don't know why you would say that, Kappa.
It's all cap,
I
bro.
was so ready.
It's not
I
happening, bro.
was.
It's not happening.
Nobody
Look,
Kappa.
who are you going to believe, a crocodile or a mystical bull?
No.
Or unicorn.
All
Right?
right, guys.
Geometrical.
I'll get back to you.
What was that? Austin? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry, I'll get back to you. Let me attend to something else.
Oh, okay, yeah, no worries. Go ahead,
Okay.
Kappa.
Oh.
You're about to listen to Kappa. Kappa is a freestyling specialist out of New Jersey, United States, in the left corner. His specialties are tortilla hats and chomping unsuspecting Floridians.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, that guy left? That guy had 0 followers and I brought him up just for fun. Anyways, go on, Kappa.
No, it's all right, bro. It's all right.
He had one before he left.
Beautiful.
These guys want me to rap, man. I haven't rapped in so long, bro.
Rap man, cat man. Give us a cat man.
Nah, man. I suck it.
Or Matches, maybe you have to battle Cap. Be like,
I'm
you
good
see
at
that
suggesting
tortilla
things.
chip on your head? I'll mix it with cheese and eat it with nacho bread. Nacho bread? You never heard of that. Nacho bread is tortillas fried, made to be crispy. Crispy like your dome after I'm done with you.
Or
From
money,
the view,
that's yours.
5 women making fun of you. Sorry.
Hey, that last line.
Yo, it's actually a good thing my phone's about to die.
Come on the view between 5 women. 5 Damon, running programs like Linux, Matrix, command line interface, in your face, SquareSpace, broadcaster voice conversations, Degen.
I'll drop a little
what's his
bit of
name? What was that little green thing from Star Wars?
Yoda.
Yoda flow.
Yoda flow.
Wards back.
Words back. My verses come straight from the dirt that I moved just to climb to the top. But my purpose comes straight from the working that grew through them roots and them rocks. I came in the game rocking 2 different socks just to prove that I'm not like these dudes in the mob. Put me in a crowd now, that ain't nice. I'll be moving through the clouds like hang tight. He's back. He's back.
Hold on, see what Austin has to say. Austin, what's going on? You came back. You all right? You missed the whole freestyle, dude. How could you miss the freestyle? I said this line about the view and arguments or something like that, and it was maybe the best line I've ever spit in my life, and you missed it.
It's a crazy thing when the apprentice gets trumped.
Trump bumps top floor
Did you get
condos.
it? Did you fucking get it, Michael? It's funny when the apprentice gets trumped, because Trump was on the apprentice, and now I'm gonna stop speaking because if you have to explain
I like it better when you explain it. Ah, yes, the Norm Macdonald flow.
Yeah, everything's figurative.
If everything's figurative, some people figure skate around the issue.
You
Yeah,
say
that's
you don't judge, but what you mean is you don't like to act on your judgments, because the action of judging is, well, actually nothing but opinions collected from actions and guesses that have been tracked and put on the map by assumptions. How's that for a tongue twist? I used to rap, bro.
What do you think, Austin? Think we have a winner?
no.
It's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
This is being the SquareSpace has talent. You've heard it from Austin Cowell. It's a no. It's
didn't get the gold buzzer.
I don't even understand what is going on.
We don't understand what's going on either. That is one of the tenets of the SquareSpace degenerate conversation. In a broadcast voice.
How's that for some dedication?
So are we the only traders here now?
Oh, sorry, what was that, sir?
Are we the only traders here now?
I can't hear you clearly, I don't think.
I said, are we the only traders here now?
We are doing a Twitter space right now, but it's a special kind of Twitter space, an exclusive space, a space for which only the strong survive.
Oh, okay. So what?
Or the silent.
What is this place all about?
Well, Austin, the reason we brought you up is because we actually want you to rap battle Matios. That's the main goal and objective right now.
That's actually the orientation ritual that we have. Is you have to rap battle the strongest Goro on the Mortal Kombat team, and if you don't get your, if you still have your arms at the end of the fight, you're in the fraternity. If you don't, you know, it is what it is.
Okay. Now I get it. So what is
are
it
you
next?
challenge, Austin?
Yeah, you're welcome. I was even waiting for you.
Austin, where are you in the world, if you don't mind me asking? Where are you in the world, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in Ghana.
You're in Ghana? Whereabouts? Accra, Takoradi, Bonwere?
Accra.
Accra? I have friends in Accra.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
We're starting a studio out there. Adam Beats.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Oh, true. That's where we get the instrumentals from, Accra, Ghana.
Yeah.
To the Wiyase, as it were.
So how about you?
Sorry, say again?
So where are you from?
I am from Canada.
Wow, Canada.
Yes, above
Nice.
the U.S. The
Okay.
But
U.S.
not
2.0, we call it.
but not
Nice
really
to
above the U.S.
nice to meet you.
It's an honor to meet you.
Oh,
I hope you enjoy your time with us.
nah, I'm enjoying everything. I'm so happy.
Do you like the artists coming out of Ghana right now?
Eh?
Do you like the artists coming out of Ghana right now? Do you like the music coming out of Ghana right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
So do I. So do I.
All right, guys.
That's amazing. We kept you for a good half an hour. We did it.
Bro. Yeah. You incepted my ass. But I was a willing participant.
That's what you think.
No,
That's
maybe.
called Stockholm Syndrome, actually.
Fuck my head, bro. Fuck my head.
You ever heard of Stockholm Syndrome?
Man. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of
That's
So
Stockholm
you are
Syndrome.
into hot lunches, Kappa? Is that what you're saying?
You said
He's
what,
into
Agatha?
lunch hotters.
Oh, you asked
Nope.
me. Did you just make a joke about something you told no one else to make a joke about, Agatha?
I was saying we are not talking about details.
Okay.
But you just said fuck my head, so naturally, you know.
I think it was a trifecta, you know? We went through it together. But
I
I
had
really
no part.
Trifecta like your tortilla hat.
That's the symbolicism, you know?
Oh,
But I
wow.
really
You're Pythagorean? I didn't know.
Pythagorean. Oh, you're Pythagorean.
Is that an equilateral triangle on your head? How dare you, sir?
So guys,
Triangle is
can
the
I ask you
symbol of
something?
life.
Go ahead, Austin.
Hello, guys. Can I ask something?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. What was that place all about? If I may ask.
We talk about certain topics for about maybe 30 seconds at a time, and the game is trying to change the topic every 30 seconds. At least I think that's how it works.
Okay.
So how meaningful of a conversation can we have if we only talk about something for 30 seconds?
Sorry?
How meaningful of a conversation can we have if confined to talking about that conversation for only 30 seconds or less?
I can't hear you.
I think what you'll do is you'll find out what's happening in the space as it's happening. It'll probably take a good half an hour, because what's happening is not planned. There's no agenda. There's no table of contents. It is what we call a stream of consciousness.
Okay.
One word at a time.
Stream. If I did one word at a time, I'd feel like what was that Captain Pre-Picard? What was his name? Who was Pre-Picard? Stream of. Oh yeah, William Shatner, right? Stream of consciousness. These are the Voyagers. For Starship Enterprise.
Captain Kirk.
More like Captain Jerk, am I right? Sorry.
Wah, wah, wah.
What's that?
Baroness.
She was trying to
Captain Jerk
imitate
is.
one of her chickens.
Are you hungry?
How come everyone's genitals lined up? What do you mean?
How come guys I'm hungry?
I was gardening, and yes, I was eating in the garden, and I am with chickens, and now I'm leaving.
I'm hungry.
Tengo hambre.
Eh?
Austin, I think we've actually spoken before, but you may have forgotten.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, you told us yesterday, and we told you that you had to be with us for 2 weeks, so that we could get to know you.
Is it? So if I'm let me say if I'm working with you for 2 weeks, so you get me something, right?
No, that's not true. The people in this room, they do a lot of charity already, and so for those people looking for charity, would have to, go through a few hoops before giving that out,
Okay.
right? Because you just created your account, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so when people sometimes create a new account, it's sometimes to go to different spaces and do what's happening right now. So we just want to protect ourselves because we want to make sure our charity is being used for the right reasons.
Okay. I get
Hmm.
what.
I hope I don't disappoint you too much, right?
No, you don't. You don't.
Hmm.
So I think if I'm phoning you up, then before that 2 weeks, like you said, something will come up.
I mean, to be honest with you, the best type of charity we can do is if you do work with us. The people who
Yeah.
work,
The thing is
right?
that
Does that
I'm
make
ready
sense?
to work. I'm ready to work with you guys.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Keep coming around. I know some people with in Accra, and if we can develop some trust together, maybe there's something we can do together. Because I would have my friends in Accra meet you.
Oh, if me too.
Sounds good. Well,
So
I hope we see you soon.
yeah. So
Amazing.
I prefer if we should do video call.
Well, it won't be anytime soon. Like I said, we are working with a lot of charities already. Right? We're actually sending down school supplies to people in the remote regions in Ghana right now.
You know why?
Mhm.
You know why I prefer video calls. That there are a lot of scammers out there, so I don't like.
Mhm. No, we
Yes.
wouldn't need to do a video call because I have people in Ghana that I could have meet you. Does that make
So
sense? Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That
Hmm.
video calls will be better for us to see each other.
Yeah. Again, it wouldn't be me seeing you. I have people in Ghana that would meet you face to face.
So that means we have to work with video call.
No, I wouldn't be doing a video call. You'd be meeting up with someone face to face in real life in Accra.
Is that so?
Yeah, I know people in Accra. We're starting a studio out there.
Okay.
I created a song for Twitter Spaces with a guy from Takoradi, and I just got I just got Kente cloth delivered from Bonware.
Oh,
Yeah, I know Ghana well.
that's awesome.
Yeah, man. Ghana's amazing.
Oh, then see you soon then.
I'll see you very soon. All love, Austin.
All of us.
All love.
So where are others? They left.
I think they left. Yeah.
Oh,
So
many the two of us.
sorry.
Many two of us.
Yeah, but you know.
I'm going to be the last person that will leave here.
Um, I don't know whether to be happy or sad.
Sure.
Um, that's something that could happen, right? But at the same time, I would like to give other people the chance to speak for a good half an hour or an hour.
Okay. So one more thing, I would like
Yes,
to
go
know.
ahead.
I would like to know more about the room. What is going on? What to do? Events that will be displaying the group. Also,
I think what might happen is I think there's some people who want to talk about some things in private in this room. And so while we'd love to have you back, would it be too much for me to ask you to give the people in this room a bit of privacy? Would that be stepping out of bounds?
yeah.
Hmm. So I would love to see you maybe come back another time, but how would you feel about leaving the space now and coming back tomorrow? Maybe I can
Okay.
discuss some things with my friends here.
Okay, no problem.
We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.
All right. Okay, there we go. Never know how to handle those things.
Handle what?
People asking for money.
Oh.
So he's from our crowd. I was like, oh, I know what to do. I have one of my motherfuckers meet you.
You didn't say
Yeah,
motherfucker.
but you know what I mean? Like, that's essentially the vibe, right? Oh, yeah, where are you? What street
But he
corner?
didn't ask for money though. He said he was hungry. He didn't ask for money.
I've talked to him before under a different account.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get used to it, right?
I
But it's
figured
kind
it.
of, yeah,
I'm
you know how it
it,
is.
but he didn't actually. Not today. He did not actually ask for money. But yeah, I figured that was the case.
It's never know how to handle it, but I figure, truly speaking, like if I can verify something, you know what I mean? If I could verify it, then literally I would have people that would probably be maybe 15 to half an hour away from them, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you handled that gracefully.
It's hard to handle it gracefully. And I don't know how to do it with 100% grace, if that makes sense. Maybe like 85%, 87, right? Like unleaded fuel or whatever. It's like,
That was much more grace that I could have come up. So
you know, geez. Well, the thing is, it takes time, right? You have to invest like a good 2 to 4 minutes in it. And it's like, it's a conscious decision you have to make. You'll be like, all right, I'm doing this. And I'm doing this instead of just outright remove, you know what I mean? Blocking the person or whatever, right?
yeah, you have
Yeah.
much more patience and much more grace than I do.
But,
Admittedly.
I mean, that's why the North America and Europe have to bind together. Because together, with Europe, our patience can't be stopped.
Dude, you told that guy that we needed privacy, and there's a big ass red dot at the top left corner of the screen fucking saying record.
You are not wrong about that.
Hi DB, how are you doing? I hope you enjoy your Voyager card. I love you.
Damn, Lagartha, you're mean these days.
Am I?
Mm.
DB, do you think I'm mean?
Brutally honest is not mean.
Exactly.
That's true.
Plus, I was the one that got him that freaking cat, so you know.
Okay, that's mean then. Is that mean? That's kind
How?
of mean.
How is it mean? In what
Well,
world was it mean? It was like 6 weeks ago.
Oh, 6 weeks ago, even worse. You got him at the top.
No, 6 weeks ago was not the top, my friend. You're missing the point.
The middle?
Middle, bottom, lower middle.
Yeah. It was the denouement at the very least.
I don't know. But I was sure DB already had his card. I was sure I got a message from you saying that you got your card.
False.
Yeah, I realized. But hey, I was pretty...
It's cool. It's ironic. I get it when everything stops working. It's like the story of my life.
Did your wife get hers?
We both got them on the same day after the mail redirected them, and then they shut down. But
Oh well, you know. There's hope.
You live and
Is
you
there?
learn, or you learn and you die, something like that.
What doesn't bankrupt you only makes you wealthier?
Yeah, it's like those people that are like, you know, well, it'll make you stronger, and it's like not getting hit by a boss.
Yeah, I'd rather not be hit by a bus in the first place. Because pretty sure I was stronger before I was hit by the bus than after being hit by the bus. But oh well.
Oh, yeah, you're saying crypto is an enterprise service bus? Interesting.
We should have DB Cooper be part of our LLC that we planned earlier. I
Oh
think.
my God.
Yeah.
DB, where would you place yourself on the degenerate investor scale?
I know that's really hard because like I'm an early miner, so I don't know.
Okay,
That's a tough
so
one.
yeah, it depends, right? So how would you feel about?
If you had Lunar and VGX, that's all you need to know, right? For a recent assessment.
So
I did get caught up in that. Yes.
I mean, look, a lot smarter people than me got caught up in it. The idea is, what if you could tokenize capital losses by creating a basket of the worst NFT projects? And you could have like people compete for the worst portfolio.
Not only NFTs, but cryptos and tokens.
Oh yeah,
whatever
it's
there
like,
is.
So wait, is this like Hex and Pulse where you send something like
Yeah, we would have
Matic and then they give you Pulse Matic? Is that what you're
well,
talking about?
it's kind of like fantasy sports in hell, where you're kind of trying to put together the worst team, but not the best team.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I
And
think
we
this is
mix it
feasible.
with religion.
Yes, I forgot about that. How could I forget about that part? They like the community would like to mix it with religious overtones or illusions, let's say.
Yeah. So we make everybody pay so they can get into crypto heaven. Just to then find out that, heaven never existed, but it's hell run by me.
Guys, anything's possible now that the Super Collider's up and running.
Oh, that's right. It happened today. I forgot to think about the burrito I wanted. Fuck.
Wait, what?
Because I was going to think about a burrito I wanted with the most perfect jalapenos. You know, the really like cold, crunchy ones that bite. Like I was going to wish for that during the Hadron Collider. I missed my chance.
I don't even know what you guys talking about.
Would that even be the burrito that you wanted, or did your mind change when they turned the collider on and now it's a different burrito spelled differently that's not the Bernstein Bears?
I have a question for you guys. What did you do today during this event? Because I realized I was in class. What time was it?
Yeah, I don't know because, it's already
16:47 CEST. What's that?
So I can tell you exactly what I was doing. I was cleaning my garage. So my garage was dirty, and in this new universe, my garage is super clean.
That seems like an alternative dimension, doesn't it?
It really does. Honestly, I was thinking about this while I was doing it. I was like, wow, this is kind of different. I don't know why I didn't do this before the collider.
So I was either sleeping or talking to you, Degens. That's the only thing I did until 11 a.m. today. But,
I was teaching kids music in high school.
Well, you said you were successful doing that, so.
Yes, it was a. You know the feeling when things are a mess, but it's also working in your like it's actually getting things done, even though it's a mess, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, let's keep the mess going. Things are happening.
That's, being neurodivergent, I guess. That's just normal.
Well, I mean, what could be more neurodivergent than the SquareSpace degenerate conversations on our broadcast programs?
Is that your neurodivergent voice?
Yeah, that's what happens when I haven't had my pills.
You do know that Casey and I are neurodivergent, right? So
Are
you
you?
have to. You really have
Are you like a
to get
protected
better.
class? Do you have
Huh?
your own pronouns? Neurodivergent people?
No, we
No.
don't. I mean, each and everyone can pick their pronouns independent of, their neurodivergency.
Mm. I wonder if there could be like neurodiversity and neurodegeneracy.
Neurodegen?
Right? You know?
Maybe.
Look, I need to get NFTs or worthless in here so we can figure out how to create this fantasy sports with bad NFT projects. Because I think by looking for the bad NFT projects, what we're gonna find is like some of the best ones. Because people will be like, no way in hell is this gonna be successful, and then it blows up.
I feel like you failed to explain to DB that we will create generational losses, so all generations that are to come will never have to pay tax.
So I was asking KC if it was possible to hold capital losses in an estate, but he left.
Or in a trust, but
Yes,
we
but
figure
yeah,
out
exactly.
the tax details, and we also need to figure out how that works internationally. Because no point in me running hell when I don't get, tax cuts.
Look,
You
this
know,
is
and
definitely a corporation in Belize. That's for sure.
this new corporation you guys were talking about seems like more and more work as you guys talk about it, to the point where I'm getting tired and I want to take a nap. Also, I was putting up a sleeping bag in my new organized garage, and halfway through stuffing it in the bag, I tried to like go back to like packing parachutes in my mind, which is weird.
Yeah, that is weird because, you should certainly just punch in the sleeping bag in your freaking whatever you hold it in. Just punch it back in the bag.
Will you
But
please tell your boyfriend that story? I think he'll really appreciate that.
I'm talking about the sleeping bag. This is how we do things in our household with sleeping bags. But I would not recommend, however, to do that with your parachute, my friend. You need to be much more careful with that.
Well, it was like between my legs the same way. I think he'll totally understand that story and appreciate it.
He's currently working, though, in the other room, and he's on the phone. I can't get him here. I'm sorry.
Damn.
How many more days to go until we get the results from Valkyrie?
Could be up to 5 more.
Ugh. Man. Still?
Yes.
This is like never
Still.
ending. 5 more days. Business days?
Business days.
So Tuesday next week?
Potentially up to, yep.
Oh. My God. Probably because you had a long weekend too, eh? They're gonna be lazy bastards.
Yeah, no pressure. Just, kind of our livelihood. No big deal.
Yeah. Oh,
now,
God.
luckily, we're fortunate. Luckily, it's not that bad, but
Luckily, you now got your Voyager cards.
yes. I've been swiping them everywhere, but they don't work.
I'm not gonna say it. It's recorded after all.
How maybe we can contrive a scenario in which you can say what you want to say.
No, we cannot.
Yeah, you can. You can just jump on a Zoom call, and then you could say dirty nothings to all of us.
Why would I do that?
Ooh, look, it's
nothing.
It's Kit Baroness, aka Nice Armpits, aka her armpits are facing away from me.
Yeah, I never understood the armpit thing. I was like, where is he seeing the freaking armpits? I don't see the armpits. Is that an optical illusion somewhere?
I haven't been in a space with her in a minute. Last time she wanted to fight me, but I was going to bed, luckily.
I would not fight you. I mean, you have tiny feet, though, so we just need to push you. You will just easily fall over. Especially if we push you from behind because of your giant penis, you're just gonna fall over, right?
You'd think that, but I have great balance, even with these tiny feet. So
Really? We need to test
I'm like a fucking cat.
You walk on all fours?
I'm fast as fuck. I got 9 lives and I have great balance. Huge dick.
I know. I keep repeating it. I'm keep telling everybody. Oh, Chris is back, DB. You can tell him now the joke.
So, Chris, I was stuffing a sleeping bag into a bag, and it was between my legs. And somehow, during that, my mind started like pro-packing a parachute.
Holding it over.
I told him in our house we just punch the sleeping bags into the bags, but we do take more care of parachutes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I just figured he would appreciate that. I don't know. I haven't packed a parachute in a minute, so.
All right. Yeah. Chris has a full on system. Packing parachutes.
It'll be the same system he has.
Yeah.
The exact same like.
Yeah, but I know how you do the sound effects with it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if DB does the same sound effects.
Yeah,
oh, do you hum out the cells, or how do you do it? I want to hear your way. This is interesting.
To get back to work.
You need to.
But yeah, I do get all the cells. Like I want it really nice and tidy. I see some people like pretty sloppy. I was always quite careful, right? I was like,
Yeah, Chris is a little OCD. Can you tell? And he always makes like sounds to his OCD-ness.
Yeah.
Like certain tasks will always only ever be done with like the same kind of sound, and that's how he like remembers stuff.
Yeah, you got to make sure like everything, like obviously the slide there, and then nicely pinched, like the pinch it at like the middle, so
like
it's nice
folding origami.
and even. Yeah, and then you fold the cells, wrap it round, and then you got the thing. Like, got to make sure it's nice.
Oh, keep talking dirty to me, please.
The only thing I hated was in hot places where you're packing it, and like you sort of got to kneel on it, and sometimes
and then you get all
like you're a bit sweaty and stuff. And you're like, ugh, gross.
Yeah, like it like sticks to you, and you're like hot, and then you're trying to get all the air out. Yeah, that's not my part either.
That's why I'm a pro at getting the air out of like our camping mattresses. But Lagatha?
Yeah,
Lagatha doesn't like that because it squishes them up too much.
Yeah.
I gotta get back to work.
Yeah, get back to work. Hello. Yeah, love you.
All
Bye.
Right. See you guys.
Take care, Chris.
What's up, Ernest? You want to fight? We doing this?
Oh no, I just flipped my PFP around, so now it's just my shoulders. I defaulted.
I think it's really strange because, like, I just imagine a lot of thirsty dudes on the Twitter, and they're looking at your like profile picture, and they think that your head is like rotated the wrong way because your arms are up, but your picture is very tiny. So they're like looking at your shoulders, thinking they're breastises.
I think that only happens in your mind. I never thought that.
I never went there, but I'm still having problems going there.
It's a different universe, guys. I can say whatever I want.
I'm still thinking about pro-packing parachutes and camping gear and shit.
Yeah, Chris is pretty OCD, you guys.
No, that's not OCD. That is being strategic and relying on your utility for your life.
Yeah, I kind of love that he's like that. I think him and I would get along great. So when you guys break up, he's going to move in with me.
I don't think so, because he's never going to leave Oakland.
You and Valkyrie can live together, and he and Chris will live together.
Oh, because we break up, you guys also break up? You guys are taking a kid still, right?
Kid with no S.
Yeah, God knows how many you got by the time we
so
break up.
If they break up and he moves in with you and you do like a swap, does that mean like both you are pro-packing each other?
Yes.
I think they will have a pro-packing contest. Who does it more accurately in the least amount of time?
Well, I cheat and use rubber gripper clips because I have tiny hands. So.
Yeah, Chris has large hands. Compared to mine, especially.
Well, large hands to fit a large tripod third leg. It works out good.
I am supposed to tell you need to put it down slowly like a baby. We just figured.
Okay, I would like to reset the space. This is the SquareSpace. Oh, never mind. Carry on.
I don't know what that means, but I think once you packed it, that's what he's talking about. Either way, I failed to tell him that he's gonna move in with DB once we break up.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have a super clean garage because it's a different.
You will need to move here though. You understand, right? And then you need to take care of my mom-in-law every weekend.
I would gladly do that. I would leave America in a heartbeat. I'm probably one of the few people over here that would do that.
Yeah, I don't want to be in America either. Valkyrie would need to move to Germany with me or somewhere else in Europe.
She would do that in a heartbeat.
You see? Great. I'm so glad we found a solution.
Although I don't like that I'm starting my relationship off with all these ultimatums. Seems like it's kind of a hostile work environment.
It's just what he comes with. There, it is what it is.
Relationships are all about compromise.
Yeah, not with Chris. You will be compromising, not he. He will not.
Was Chris also military?
No. Chris is half blind on one eye. They don't want him.
Well, where did he get his anal retentiveness?
There people are born OCD, I guess, or made OCD by their circumstances when they grow up. I don't know. But
OCD and being anal are two different things. So is he truly OCD?
I think he is, yes.
So he is CDO?
He is compulsive, and he is,
Nobody else got that? Dang it.
CDO?
Putting the letters in place where they belong. C comes before D, D before
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he would do that. There's certain things he does where it's just like he can't not do them.
Does he do things in even numbers or odd numbers?
Even, obviously.
I used to have a foot locker, and every time I did my lock, I had to finish it off by resetting it 3 times and checking the lock 3 times before I could walk away.
Yeah, that's wild to me. I keep telling him he needs to be more aware with his actions because if you are very aware of what you do, you're taking the handle off the door, you close the door, you turn over the key, and you press down the handle to check that the door is locked, you pull out the key and hide it or put it away wherever it belongs, then you do know this door is locked. You do not need to do this process 3 more times. You just need to be paying more attention to what you're doing.
That's normal. It's the same people with ADHD or ADD where if it's out of their sight, it's out of mind and they forget.
Yeah, while you're doing it, it's not out of your sight.
No, you
just
do
look
it
down
because
to your
it's just
fingers.
like how you meet new people. You mnemonically say their name out loud. You associate to something, and then you do a mechanical action with it. So it's ingrained in your memory. It's the same with people that might have a mechanism for coping and just imprinting themselves.
Hey, I have ADHD too. I forget about things, but
Yeah, so you put
he runs 3 times back into the house to check things. Oh my god!
You need that because my other half's
No.
ADHD and I am anal retentive. I'm not OCD, but I have the issue. I have a process that I go through, and my other half, he literally won't throw things away, and he's so bad that, on the kitchen table was Activia yogurt with a spoon in it. He got done eating, finished his plate, which is a paper plate. He's seen the Activia. Instead of throwing it all away, he put it underneath of it. So he reminded himself to throw it away. instead of just doing it, because that's the ADHD in him. To where later on, I'm
sorry about that because Chris is cleaning after me. Like, I haven't even finished eating, and he's already running around picking up my dishes, and then complains while he's doing the dishes that he has to do my dishes, which is ridiculous because I have barely finished eating.
It's a process everybody has to take, and just like DB Cooper was saying, in just there has to be a compromise in the relationship, and if you didn't have so-called an OCD individual, I think your cockroach issue would have been completely overrun to be like Joe's apartment.
Cockroaches are just everywhere in New Zealand. The housing is the problem here. The cockroaches come through the poorly built houses. It's not.
I could live outside, with a nice little hut. Every single day I'd have to check for the leaks, but I mean, it's not about the home. It's about if you want nice things, it's about the upkeep.
Yeah. I
So,
agree.
Baroness, I have a serious question. To wash the whoopee or to not wash the whoopee?
Wash it.
This is my best friend.
Now, should I blacklight the whoopee or not blacklight the whoopee?
Black light.
What is a whoopee?
It's your best friend.
I don't understand.
Your life is just not complete without it.
It's a very, very skinny sleeping bag that doesn't really keep you warm or keep you cold if it's hot.
It's a
doesn't really
multi-purpose.
do a lot except wrap around you like a golden blanket of awesomeness.
I guess I have to Google it.
I do think I'm gonna wash it though.
I never washed mine. I gotta find it. I got a couple duffel bags of shit.
How you spell it? Doesn't come up with sense about.
Look
Like
up
whoopee, but
military whoopee. WOOBIE.
Oh yeah, a poncho liner. Field gear for the U.S. military. Can be attached to a poncho for additional warmth. Also a blanket or sleeping bag or protective cover.
I
So
don't
it's a
know.
multi-purpose blanket or multi-purpose piece of fabric. And yes, wash it.
There's this canvas called half shelters that you could clip and tie together to make a tent, and it was just easier to use a whoopee. Never used it for blanketing, but it's probably saved my life. It was more or less something that was more of a comfort thing than anything else.
So there's a Reddit about this thing, how to wash your whoopee. And it says, I follow this rule of thumb when washing any piece of equipment from the U.S. military. Put it in the washer on whatever setting washes things. Put it in the dryer in whatever setting dries things. So far, everything has come out okay.
Sounds about right.
That's very straightforward. Yep.
The the next answer to that was, but the sign and labels say to not do that. Are you telling me to not trust what the army papers tell me?
Yeah, they're like black socks. They just never get dirty. The longer you wear them, the stronger they get.
Yeah, the stiffer the sock, the more comfortable, right? Something.
Someone else disagrees and says you don't. Whoopies are meant to age naturally without being washed ever.
That was a cadence. DB got that.
So I guess do as you wish, DB. There's no answer to this question. The answer is 42.
A square number. Sounds like someone who has OCD did that one. But
No.
this is the SquareSpace.
How are the chickens, Baroness? They lasting through the heat?
Oh yeah, they're perfectly fine. I got a pond and running water and electricity and all that shit. They're freaking spoiled as all hell. And then the farmhouse itself basically is living Amish. I do have some freaking muscovies that I need to get rid of. I don't think I want to raise them for a few months before I take them to shop. I think I'm just going to drown them all. Just kidding, but I need to find people that want them. I've been too busy. I haven't been doing my advertising, and they're past the time frame, like after hatching, that I could ship them. So I'd have to wait a few months if I was going to ship them.
Legit, if they pass the ordinance to have chickens, I might be talking to you and getting your advice on something.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what I do every other day. I actually put a notification out that I only respond to my messages on Tuesdays and Thursdays for my business. And I have people asking questions all the time what they should do with the birds or any illnesses, just because veterinarians for farms, they don't really specialize in poultry, and it costs an arm and a leg. It's just easier to put down. So I get a lot of people asking questions and people local to have me stop on out, and they pay me about $60 per visit. Truly a chicken whisperer. Hashtag chicken tender.
Sorry if I'm not responding. I'm cleaning my garage.
The garage.
I should have turned more gear in when I left the military, apparently. Allegedly.
Can't you just drop it somewhere? Or sell it on eBay or something?
It's a dime a dozen. The best one is what the hell did I have? Oh yeah, my stupid ACU freaking vest. You tape up your cords and shit, because one size fits all supposedly, but not really. And there's blood still buried in the material. So DB, I finally calmed down, but I think I'm gonna go sue somebody just for the fuck's sake.
Who?
Well, you know how last time I said, oh yeah, my analog brakes seized up on my vehicle, and I just got the brakes done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I finally got my car scheduled. The first opening at the dealership was today, so I dropped it off, and obviously had to pay for another tow truck service, but I have AAA roadside service, yada yada. Find out that it's not a recall issue, it's the bolt for the caliber bolt on the right was missing, and the left one was snapped. So that would be a fault on the people that did my brakes that didn't put all the pieces back together. So on top of what I paid them, which was close, with tax, close to $500, dealership is $500 just for them to check it out, plus repairs, yada yada. So, I mean, essentially, I'm out over $1,000 for freaking brakes that could have been done the right way in time, etc. So, I might have to take them to small claims.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I would just go talk to them and say, hey, you don't want to go to small claims, make it right. I just did that with Spectrum the other day. They were trying to charge me for equipment I turned in, and I basically threatened to take them to small claims, and then all of a sudden, a manager gets on the phone and comps my account. It's weird how that works.
Oh, yeah. I just had a phone conversation with him. I was too fucking angry. When I'm angry, I don't yell. I just kind of seize up. So I explained to him the situation, that how can we make it right, and transfer me through a few people. And I just told them, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to get an official report from the dealership with the diagnostics of what actually happened. And I want you to talk to your team about what happened, what went wrong, and how you guys can fix it. I expect a phone call back. And that was that. So I'm just going to wait it out until I calm down. But overall, I'm going to have all my shit together so I can just say, hey, pay me back my money that's due, or I take you small claims.
Sounds like a good plan. And then if that doesn't work, always urinate on something. That's a good way of establishing dominance. I saw that on Nat Geo.
Oh, yeah, it's the office cat pissing, where you spray to mark your territories. You've all probably witnessed the human nature of this when working in an office setting, and your male or female coworker has their other half bring them lunch, all dressed up for no place to go other than peacocking. And perfume, highly cologne toilette, and their smell is still lingering after they leave. I came up with the analogy years after a scenario where I literally pissed.
I think you were a bad in the blockchain, at least for me.
All right, am I back?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
but this guy Casey took your spot, and he's way less armpity than you.
So you're not hanging out with Cooper, are you? DB's a bad crowd, man. He's trouble.
The worst. Very toxic.
I've been getting DMs. It's crazy.
Hey, don't tell people I'm sending you those pictures. Those are between us.
He's trying to show him how he can pro pack his horniness.
Look, guys, I don't know if you know this, but do you guys follow Investments Hulk?
Yes.
No.
So Investments Hulk is the best, and he just shouted out Voyager. So congratulations, you've made it to the Investments Hulk timeline.
I like the goats better.
The goat trees? Yeah, he's good. Get it, goat cheese? Good. Never mind.
Hey, DB, what's that cheese that smells like dead skin between the toes?
Yeah, like the stuff behind my ball sack, the Famunda cheese, you mean?
Hats off,
Fernanda?
but it's
No,
wood.
no, it's that's not right.
Blue cheese?
No, Gorgonzola?
All those smell like trash.
No, this one is straight trash. Literally, it smells like the dead skin around your toes and your underneath your nail bed and like post fungal infection. It tastes amazing.
I'm not being a dick here, and this is going to sound like I'm being a dick here, but you would know about the toe fungus stuff more since you're of Asian descent. But
Maybe because I work at the dietary office and I deal with patients and people that have been obese all their life, and the last resort is to just cut off a limb, build them a prosthetic, or just put them in a freaking wheelchair.
what have you been up to, Casey? I haven't seen you around. How are things?
I'm like, do I say anything? Do I not say anything? I got a couple I could throw out there. The
I
fuck is
don't have
this?
any humor to throw back at him, so I just had to be literal.
Fair. Always a fair play. What is this? Corporate defect, corporate defect. What is this chart supposed to represent? It's penned up here. What is this, so you?
Oh, sorry. No, it's she's a 6, but she has the $400 million revolving credit facility from FTX.
Right. But what is this other thing that's penned up here? It's a chart, a 4-peg chart.
Oh, that's the chart. That's the prisoner's dilemma chart.
Oh. Oh. Well then. Okay. Alrighty then. So you chat a little bit with Invisible, and you guys have met each other before?
You know how it is when meeting people before.
Sure,
You do and you don't.
Yeah. Dude, Invisible and I have had some of the most gut-busting, hilarious conversations. I mean, holy shit, dude. Really, like, to the point of painful laughter.
Yeah, that's usually when Invisible has been up more than 36 hours and Casey just woke up and hasn't cleared his throat.
Yeah, I just hate that Casey, like, sticking for people is turned into truce, unfortunately. But good job, Casey. Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Did you just do a cymbal sound?
Yeah.
And I get made fun of for saying wah wah wah.
Wait,
It's a different
so you've got one too.
I have something?
Yeah, when you're...
Sorry, I was taking off my headphones. I didn't hear that. Say that again.
No, you're a little Dirk Ditter. Now it's all fucked up. And you...
What?
No.
Is it me or did he
Yeah, I think
just
you
say
rugged
no
it.
and disappear?
Yeah. Are you there, Casey? Are you under
I
the
love when
attack
it comes
of
back.
Decepticon?
It comes back and it's compacted, so it just merges words together.
Compacted. Got him. I always like to screenshot the moments where Casey is in the space twice. It's kind of like seeing Pokeroo, like seeing the rug in real time. Let's call it Pokeroo.
Gosh, Investment Hulk, that's a great comment.
Oh man, Investment Hulk is 2 things: finance and international chaos. It's amazing.
I'm debating if this stoplight at the Amazon fulfillment center is truly a stoplight or if I'm okay to run it, because the only reason it has a purpose is for the delivery trucks.
I mean, you can give something the appearance of the law, right? You can buy the stop sign and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it's not a sign, it's lights. I did stop for it, but I just wonder what its purpose is. They should have a disclaimer sign out that, like, between so and so times, I think would be more, feasible. Just like
Feel like it.
school zones.
Amazon is treading on your freedom to drive with their arbitrary stoplights.
Yes, sir. I don't have enough tokens in my bag to apprehend them. I have less than 49%.
Yeah, that 51% attack on the stoplights is a tricky thing.
Oh gosh, what's that guy's name who has Quicken Loans? Oh gosh, we used to joke on him hardcore, him and Ford, because towards Detroit, Michigan, he started Quicken Loans, then they sold out into the other categories and so forth. But basically, they monopolized all the city traffic cameras. Were able to install their own and peer into people's condominiums and so forth, but it's public domain. And like drone systems that were like recording shit. You could be on like the 18th floor and you're like, oh look, it's peering right on in, and you couldn't do anything about it. We have no rights apparently if it's public territory. What do you have to say about that, DB?
It's the illusion of freedom.
That's why I say come to Canada, We have less of the illusion, right? It'd be fun. And better food.
Yeah, you guys actually used to be decent about that. Now, not so much. Where are you at in Canada, if you don't mind? Are you an Easter or a Wester?
Oh, no, I'm just an hour outside of Toronto and Hamilton.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I love it up there. I lived in Montana for a long time, and I used to go to Banff every summer.
Oh, gorgeous. Wow.
And all that.
So he's a Canadian motherfucker that basically throws all his garbage down into my neck of the woods, and supposedly we get paid for them to dispose of the bodies.
That's the only area of Canadians that are like hyper aggressive. It's the only time I've ever seen a Canadian flip off another person is that area, which is really weird. They're so angry.
We're the skew in the average. But I mean, we're pretty close to Detroit, so who's to say, like, if you guys didn't rub off on us,
Oh,
and we're close to Buffalo,
One Canadian, at least.
Well, it's like the French and Italians. The mobs just don't clash very well.
Yeah, we have I think we have the Hells Angels here in Canada. I think that's like our mob.
I thought they finally converted
To Catholicism? Or they're now part of the Mayans, they're part of the Mexican gang. Can you imagine that? Right?
I thought they were like part of the Masons of the Knights Templar.
I mean, it would make sense to have a mobile contingency, right?
They got a chapter in every facet.
Yeah, there's a lot of chapters in that library.
How long are we going to keep this one going?
The Grand Designer, I heard it called.
DSW, designer shoes.
Always feet with you.
To have feet means you compete.
To sell feet on OnlyFans.
Hashtag true story.
Qcoin asked which coin was going to moon soon, and I typed inflation.
Qcoin got banned permanently from applying for a securities license in Ontario.
Oh, are you serious?
I swear to God. Yeah. How do you get permanently banned? Qcoin did it.
When were they banned? Like, was this prior to all the FUD for?
This is literally, I think it's like last week. I saw it last couple weeks.
Oh, okay. So that was during the FUD.
Mm. Yeah, we have a different level of protectionism, let's say.
Well, parliamentary freedom.
Well, I mean, you guys have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and we have peace, order, and good government, right? So the spirit of the Constitution is the difference.
Yeah, we collaborate off of what we use declarations, which only applies to the 13 states.
I like how the Canadian police use charters and you guys can revoke them, although that would be the weirdest scenario ever, but people talk about it a lot.
You know, I love how the Canadian police cars have police written in different languages as well as backwards for people that are dyslexic, and also in your rear view mirror you can read police.
Very accommodating.
Are we the only motherfuckers that don't give guns to our policemen in active duty?
The UK, they don't have a lot of guns.
Damn.
They don't have any guns on man, woman, hand.
Wow.
They have a taser.
Yeah, the UK, they have certain cops that have guns, but not many.
Wow. I would not want to be a cop going into the places I grew up without ammunition.
It's also interesting too. So like they were having acid attacks there. Like people were throwing acid on others.
Christ.
And their laws weren't set up around it. So they were trying to like prosecute these people that were like ruining people's lives and like really messing them up as like simple assault.
Oh shit.
I think we should get rid of the guns and arm all of our law enforcement with flamethrowers.
I actually got published for writing a paper about that bleach thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think any of you will be able to find it. That's a little hidden gem, Baroness.
Is that a challenge?
Yeah.
Where did that happen? That happened in Canada or in US or where?
The UK.
Oh.
But it is interesting because like most law comes from English law for the most part.
Oh yeah,
they colonized the world, right?
Yeah, most of it is copy paste, really.
It's like who's the Queen of Canada? It's the Queen of England.
And the Queen of Australia and the Queen of New Zealand.
It's basically Oceania, right?
Mm.
I am excited that they might have found Atlantis, depending on what you believe.
Don't get out with it. Where was it?
So there's a bunch of different theories going on right now, but they're using like satellite imagery, and apparently it's the same description of what Atlantis was written to have looked like. I'll send you a DM.
I saw something on. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna play off words. Never mind. Go ahead. Like I lost my set. Isn't that ironic? You know, it's like rain on your wedding day, blah blah. But moment's gone. Carry on.
No, it's okay. Imagine having a wedding day the day that Atlantis was flooded. That would be the ultimate rain on your wedding day. Britain's lost town swallowed up by the sea, discovered after more than 650 years.
$650 years only. I mean,
NASA images prove lost city of Atlantis to within 99.32% accuracy. Okay then.
I'm sure. I'm glad it's 99.3%.
Look, it's almost as good as some of the medications they put on the market.
Yeah. And you gotta leave room for error. I mean, come on. You figure that like advance of a civilization could have at least left a sign this many miles to Atlantis. Jeez.
Right?
This many wells for you, Lagatha.
I think we should all just measure everything in whales and gummy bears and citrus fruit.
Yeah, we're just gonna say, like, instead of whales, we'll just say, like, how many dicks is that?
You guys, I need to hop off.
Why don't you end it?
I'm not the host. How can I?
But I mean, there's only one way to end the show.
I can try, but I'm probably gonna stumble over my words again, just like always.
I think the imperfections make the perfect artwork.
Yeah, if you find someone, just really liking it, me stumbling over words, then for sure there's a market.
Utility is everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was the SquareSpace, where we hold Degen conversations in a broadcaster voice. Have a good day.